Joel, if you want, you can come back. Here you go. Okay.
So I just wanted to present you with some information. If you could just analyze it and just hear it out, and then give me your thoughts at the end. Okay.
Planner, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I forgive you for railroading me. I know that was something that was hard for you to say, and so I really am grateful that you would say that. It was hard. It hurt my feelings, but I'm going to feel better about it, and I think we can be friends.
All right.
Okay.
Everyone's fine. Okay. Now, Planet. Now, let go of the Bible, please.
No. Can I just present you information? Just analyze it, please. Just analyze it.
Yeah, because the other thing it says here is believers request up and convert me. So now this is what you're doing. You're going to try and make me go to your side.
I'm going to make you have a new perception anyway. Okay.
I love that.
So if you believe in spirituality, voodoo, aliens, or the idea that humans might live on another planet, and if you've ever wondered how you were created...
Say those again. Let me see if it... Voodoo?
So you may not fully have confirmation of it, but would you believe in a sense of spirituality?
Joel, you have a really bad echo.
Spirituality, aliens, or...
No, okay, so spirituality is the first one? I don't believe in spirituality.
Yeah, that's fine. Aliens?
I mean, I think it's highly probable that there's aliens somewhere else in the universe, but I don't think we've been visited, if that's what you mean.
So in regards to the orbs that you've seen, what do you think they are?
The orbs I've seen?
There's a lot of orbs going around on the internet. The governments have confirmed that they are forms of angels. So I just want to know, have you seen any of these videos?
Government angels?
I haven't seen the government angels.
So a lot of the orbs are what people think as aliens, but they are angels, basically.
Okay.
So these are scientific...
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll keep an eye out. If I see one... does it happen at night or during the daytime? How do I find them? I'm going to have to see it for myself. Obviously, obviously, if it's just like a video. Planet, if it's like a video that someone recorded and it's hard to tell if it's like a sun, like a glare in the lens or something, then that's not going to be very convincing. But how do I see it myself? Have you seen one for real?
Yeah, as in, I've seen it. There's many videos going on the internet, but just
the video isn't going to convince me it's an angel. I got to see it with my own eyes.
Okay, I understand, but some of them are government technology that is not as good as the angels. Just for everyone's clarification as well. Yeah,
that makes sense. So the angel technology is superior to the government technology.
Of course it is. Okay,
Planet, so just really quick before you continue to read your thing.
When we call
Planet. You're not going to continue to read your thing?
Yeah, can I talk it? Okay.
Well,
so God created
we're going to have questions.
Yeah, I just want to know who wrote it. That's what I want to know. Who wrote it?
Oh, who wrote this thing you're reading?
No, I wrote it down.
Okay, so this is your composition. This is like an essay that you wrote.
To do this. I'll be right. I got to do one other thing.
And it's just something
like that.
For people, especially atheists. I understand that you might have some frustration or lack of knowledge. So it's just
Why did he leave?
I created it to speak to you, basically.
It's top of the hour.
Okay. So God created the galaxy.
Top of the hour, please. Sorry,
using advanced nuclear propulsion system.
Top of the hour, please.
With structured formation over 6 days as revealed in the Bible. It was also mentioned in the Torah or Genesis.
Top of the hour, please.
Consciousness isn't fully understood by science and may be a higher form of non-physical energy. It could exist beyond the body, acting as a bridge between mind, soul, and the divine. If consciousness doesn't die, ask yourself where it goes.
Nervous for a second here.
And whether the destination is shaped by good or evil choices. The truth is,
you were saying that the angel technology is... what's that, Joel?
I hate that. It's the top of the hour. We missed it.
Oh, holy shit.
That's right, folks. It's the top of the hour. We're live with BBD debates, but not just BBD. We actually have Mezzo doing the debates for us today. We're here with JRB, and we've got Planet Mala in the hot seat. It's 12:15, top of the hour. Take it away, man. Take it.
Oh, yeah. Get back on that grind. Looking your best. There's so little time. But this morning, we are here with our very good friend Joel and our new friend Planet Malamilia. If you've never met him, you're gonna love him. Ooh, that's funky as hell.
This beat.
Planet, thank you for being here with us today.
No
Our
problem.
question today is, can you let go of the Bible, God? And so far, just to catch everyone else up who, if you just tuning in with us over the break, Planet Malalia is explaining that angel technology is better than government technology. And now he's going to show us where I can go to see the orbs that will prove God.
Ask your audience if they've seen orbs. Ask them. Ask the atheist.
Dad, have you seen orbs?
Ask the atheist if they've seen the orbs.
One's in chat if you've seen an orb, and then
orbs and drones. Orbs and drones.
In drones?
Yo. Ooh.
Well, drones are like we made drones.
Is that what you said? Drones? Yeah, I've seen drones.
Oh, okay. So,
I've actually seen an angel building a drone.
Sorry?
I watched an angel build a drone once.
Okay, that's okay.
I was over at my family's house and I heard them droning on about something, but I've never seen one. I've only heard them.
Well, as some of you guys know, I do have close connective ties with the American government.
Yeah, the government don't have weaker drones. The angels use anti-gravitational, and the scientists have confirmed this. So whether you want to disagree or
not, what I'm saying is that my connections to the government has gotten me access to the angel technology that we've recovered. I've seen it, and face to face.
You're lying, wasn't you?
No.
Okay. So would you let go of consciousness? Do you know what consciousness is?
Let go of consciousness? I'll try. Hold on.
Yeah, since you want to ask me to let go of the Bible, would you let go of consciousness?
Get your consciousness back. Holy shit.
Gotta get it back. That was like a little bit scary.
Do you know what consciousness is?
I don't.
Okay, so it's not fully understood even by scientists, and understand that consciousness is a type of energy and it just doesn't die. So ask yourself,
what type of energy is it?
Where does it go when you die? Where do you think it does?
What type of energy
do you think you'll go to a good place if you're bad? Do you think that?
Hey, Planet, what type of energy is it?
It's a form of energy.
Which one? Is it like kinetic energy?
That's a different
thermal energy?
Form of energy that even your scientists don't understand. How about that?
Radiant energy? What, light energy?
Do my scientists understand?
Yeah, they don't understand it.
Oh.
But do you understand it?
I understand it more than your scientists.
Then tell me what kind of energy it is.
Just know that it's a type of energy that's around you, and the energy doesn't die, and it will go somewhere after you.
Why won't you tell me about it more? Since you know more about it than the scientists of my government, you're the expert.
Because I'm not here to scare anyone.
It's a scary energy?
What do you think?
How do you measure it, Planet? Is there a way of measuring this energy? Can we get into that?
Oh, just understand that you don't know nothing about conscious, and your scientists.
I just want to tell my scientists how to measure this thing. Do you know how to do that?
You think I'm going to tell them?
I want you to tell us.
Do you want to be helpful?
Are you just here to like confuse us? Why aren't you helping us?
He's taunting us. He's like, I know something you don't know.
If you want to convert me, you got to tell me about your energy.
So just understand that consciousness is a form of energy, and
is it raw energy? Because I've been called raw energy before. That's my nickname here.
Do you know what dimensions are?
Diamond?
Dimensions.
I know about some of the dimensions. There's like 3D. Is that like what the D is for? So like the red and blue glasses?
Something similar, but it's not from this reality.
Did you ever go to Disneyland when they had that Michael Jackson show? And then they did it again with Shrek. You could do it in 4D. So you'd wear the glasses and the stuff would like come out of the screen. But then they'd also like spray water in your face. That was like the fourth dimension thing.
If you think about it clearly, that's still 2D and 3D because you're visualizing.
I think I was on, like, do I have an echo again?
Yes, and you're not seeing any.
I think I was on a SpongeBob ride where, like, the seat moved all over the place.
Spung. It's pronounced Spung.
Oh, SpongeBob. I was on a SpongeBob ride with my brother. We had our little children hands on.
Did the spunk spray anything in your face?
I don't remember the spraying, but I know that the chair moved and vibrated and stuff like that.
Planet, have you ever been getting vibrated and gotten spunk in your face?
Do you believe that I can work with your conscious?
I would love that. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah?
Do you want to do a telepathic one?
Okay, so let me continue now, okay? Since you know about consciousness, it goes to a different dimension, which the scriptures call as heaven, or if you're bad. And if any atheists want to do bad, you can try test it. Just know that if you don't believe in God, it's fine. I'm coming for you. Remember that, yeah? Any atheists who disbelieve in God and do evil because of it, just know that if you don't believe in God, it's fine. I'm coming to you, yeah?
You are or God is?
Listen, I'm just telling you, you can't state God as...
No, I just mean when you say I'm coming for you, do you mean that you're coming, or are you quoting God is coming?
No, I'm coming. I'm coming to you.
What are you going to do to me?
No, not you. To anyone atheist who does bad.
Yeah, I'm an atheist. So, like, what's a bad enough thing that you would come to me?
What do you think?
I don't know. I could like kick somebody. Or hey, how about this? Hey, Joel. Hey, fuck you, Joel.
Okay, let's just say very, very, very bad.
I just told Joel to go get fucked.
Is that bad? Because you do that so often, and it's just I'm so used to it.
What does it need to be? I could do a blasphemy.
Very, very, very bad or evil. But just know that
is blasphemy evil?
If you're promoting atheism without disproving God with science and stating it as fact, I consider that's a problem, basically.
Oh, so we're doing it. Yeah, there's no God. I have no facts to back this up. It's against all science, but there is no God, and that's a fact. So now I've done that. So now will you come over?
I'm watching you, basically. Don't worry. Okay, can I speak on now? Can I speak?
Yeah, Planet, hold on.
Planet, you're supposed to come over.
Planet, are you in the UK?
Yep.
Can you afford a plane ticket? Oh, you're going there?
I'm going to the UK in like October. Do you want to meet up?
You want to?
Whereabouts are you? Are you in London or something?
Yeah, I'm in London.
Okay, I'll be in London. So where should we meet? What should we do? Should you show me around, or
just DM message me if you want? But let me just continue, yeah, because I'm here for
one of those jobs where you have to like stand as guard. I have a feeling he's one of those guards that can't talk.
Yeah.
So all day long he has to like not talk. So when he gets on these, he's just like
Is
that what it is? What's your job, Planet?
My job is to protect the planet.
Planet, okay, could we have a mincemeat pie together? Is that something that you do?
What's your job? Promoting misinformation as fact. Is that
yeah, I'm a misinformationist. Okay, that's good. My job.
So at least you explained it. So. Yeah.
But to be fair, Planet, I only do that to hurt God.
Like Islam, Judaism, and Christianity originate from the true God, while other systems like Islam...
Planet, hold on. I'll meet you at a pub for some chips, but I don't drink. So is that okay? Like, is it okay that we don't drink, or...
They probably have like NA beer. Do you like NA beer?
What is that, like no alcohol?
Non-alcoholic beer.
I don't want to even do that. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess if you already like the taste.
Used to, yeah, like I used to drink, and so I like the taste of like, I don't like O'Doul's, but the hop waters I really like that like taste kind of like an IPA. I think those are yummy. Mm-hmm. But Planet, are you okay with that if Joel doesn't drink with you?
I don't care what he does.
Like we'll have some pies and chips.
Joel, do you mind if he gets hammered?
Well. Do you get hammered a lot, Planet?
You a big drinker?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't.
What kind of stuff do you use? You go harder than that?
No, I just keep clean, to be honest.
Really? Oh, that's great.
Good for you.
I don't enslave no animals. I don't kill no animals for my own food. I don't enslave dogs as pets. I eat no root vegetables. I keep it clean. I look after the planet.
I don't eat meat either, but I do have 2 dog slaves, and I do like they work. They like do all the work in the backyard. They clean the house and stuff like that.
I'm going to free them in the future. Okay? How about that?
My dogs, come on over. I'll hang out with you. You guys want to set up a 3-person date kind of thing?
Yeah, let me meet him first. Like, I'd rather go, and I don't know. I don't want to take control of it.
You're such a planet protector.
Relax.
Animals you've been enslaving, I'm going to free them. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to meet with you at your apartment and meet you. And do you have a partner?
It's not natural.
By the way, I love the idea that he would come to my house and open the door for my dogs, and my dogs would step outside, pee, and come right back in. They love me.
They're like, we're okay.
They'd probably bite the shit out of you and then come hang out with me. They do not like when people come over.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I try not to. I tell them, calm down. It's okay. It's just the Amazon guy. Like, why are you freaking out?
Root vegetables are not natural. You can check the scientific information about that as well.
Artificial root vegetables is a great band name, though.
Carrots is okay, people. Carrots is okay.
Carrots?
Wait, carrots are roots.
They're not fully roots.
What are they? Hold on. Add band name artificial.
They're grown a little bit higher than root vegetables.
Root.
Oh, they because the tops kind of stick out.
Bingo.
All right.
And then I'll do
unlike a potato.
Name, the slave dogs. And can I do that with a DAWGS? Is that okay?
Oh, that's really cool. That's a rap group.
It feels like we're putting slaves with a rap group, and that feels racist to me. I'll do this. I'll do DO. What if I do pets?
Yeah.
The slave pets?
No enslavement of pets.
Wait, what about birds?
The slave birds.
I have a tortoise.
I'm not happy with that.
You know what? It'd be like a really like a folk band or something, but it's like really sad songs. Caged Bird.
That's like Maya Angelou, right? Is that who did Why the Caged Bird Sings? Is that Maya Angelou?
I'm gonna say yes.
That's not too bad.
Hey, Planet Mullet, who did the Why the Caged Bird Sings poem?
The horses don't like humans enslaving them. You should know that.
Planet, do you get into a lot of the British culture over there?
No, I'm from. I do my Egyptian culture.
It is Maya Angelou, by the way. Okay. Well, hey, I think.
No, don't go. Ask me some questions.
So
sure. I have a question. What's your whole deal?
My deal is for people to stop disproving God without doing any scientific tests themselves and confirming it as fact.
Let's do a test.
Okay, let me just explain it. So when you might be good, which is fair enough, but if you preach to some school shooters or something like that, and then you tell him that God doesn't exist, he's going to shoot 20, 30 more people because of what you said. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So just be careful.
So absolutely. So just to be clear, my message is don't shoot anybody. That's my message. Message one is don't hurt anyone, don't shoot anyone. So
understand
are we cool now?
You might be good. Understand you might be good, but not everyone has your
Planet.
Your
sorry, I just
not everyone has your understanding. So
Planet.
people who don't believe in God will do stuff.
So Planet, we have to take turns talking, and you have to take a breath at one point in this.
I just Googled it, and it turns out that people who believe in God will actually be motivated to do more heinous things because of the belief than people who don't believe.
Oh, that's not true. Obviously, they're fair that what's going to happen.
Joel, are you Googling that on a government computer or an angel computer?
I actually didn't Google it. I had my angel here Google it on a government computer. So it's kind of like a mix of both.
Smart. Mm-hmm. Okay, Planet. So, how about this? Do you? Huh? Are you a flat earther? Did that come up?
Yeah. So the Earth.
So how do you? You can just say yeah. You don't have to. I'll ask you the question. You're a flat earther, right?
Not exactly.
Oh, okay. What shape is the Earth?
So the shape of the Earth is a spherical shape, but the top bit is flat, and we're living on top of that bit.
Oh, so it's like it's flat on top and then it curves under.
Yeah.
By the way, Planet, you're not allowed to eat while you're alive.
Are you having chips already?
Sorry. But the pilots and scientists, the governments, they know this and they're misinforming you. So we're just preparing you for the mental, because it can be
shit, there's another guest. Hold on a second. 1 second. There we go. Hi, old lion. Welcome in. What's your age and religion?
Thank you. I'm honored to be on the panel. This is a splendorous panel.
Very splendorous.
Trying to say, yeah. Okay. So, as bizarre and as comical as this may present, a reality of our world is that we've done certain math, right? And we know the circumference, the diameter, the curve. Yeah. Get ready. Yeah. And we know you're good. You're good. That it does not curve, unfortunately. And that's really terrifying to me. I don't like that fact. I find it uncomfortable. But yeah, it's supposed to curve 8 inches per mile squared, which means it's exponential, which means that 2 miles is 16.
You're
inches.
saying that things that are 8 inches don't curve? Because I've got news for you. I know something. Yeah.
No. I'm saying that the diameter of the Earth, right? Yeah. You look at you. You're laughing. You're painting your nails that color, and I'm the joke. Okay. So, yeah. So,
yes.
The diameter of.
By the way, this isn't nail polish. Just for people who are wondering, old lion, if you're being like weirdly homophobic for some reason, I don't know what you're doing. Like, what's wrong with this?
No, there's no phobia with regard to the homo. It's just like a distaste. It's like when a man paints his nails.
You don't have to taste it.
Right. And
First of all, this isn't nail polish. It's claw paint. Okay.
Right.
I call it claw paint.
It's a misnomer, phobia. There's no phobia with regard to.
But you are scared of curved Earths.
I wish there were one because it would make me sound less, imbecilic, right? I know how silly it sounds. I know that people question your sanity.
I think you sound splendidly. Making it worse and worse and worse for yourself. If you really want to not sound dumb, feel free to shut up or check your math on stuff. That'd be fine too. I know about the 8 inches per square mile thing, but here's the big thing for me. This is like the biggest one for me was the Southern Star rotations, right? You know about that?
Yeah, well, when Polaris is always Polaris, and the Georgia Guidestones got knocked down curiously.
Old lion, you're changing the topic immediately. Do you know about the Southern Star rotations?
I do. But
you go clockwise, right?
I can say, and you know what? Most flat earthers are.
Old lion, the audience doesn't know about this. So can you tell them about what my argument is here about the Southern Star rotation?
Well, if it's your argument, you're going to have to argue.
Well, you just said you know about it, so go ahead and just explain.
I do know about it, but I'm not going to argue your position.
You don't have to argue for it. Just explain my point, make my point, and then debunk it.
Here goes your point. There's a lot to this realm that no one is able to reconcile, right? We can measure.
No, that's not my point at all. You were going to talk about the sigma octant. Start with sigma octantis and then go from there.
My point is argued by me, and because it's my point,
okay.
And I will tell you.
So when you said that you knew about the
Southern
Southern Star rotations, you were just being full of shit and a liar, right?
No.
You're just being a jerk liar right now.
No, is make sure that we can measure. That we can determine, and you know this as well.
Well, the thing for me, old lion, is about the Southern Star rotations. Do you know about those?
It puts everyone in a conundrum.
Do you know about those?
I do.
Okay, so what's the point? What's the deal with the Southern Star rotations?
They move in accordance that denies flat Earth. Okay, I understand that. So, but the conundrum that we both get put into is
do that?
Is that we cannot measure any curve, okay? We can shine a laser across Lake Michigan, right? And, for 300 miles or whatever it is, I don't have the numbers, but it doesn't ever bend. It doesn't do that.
All right, we're done with that.
But why doesn't it bend?
Okay, we're done.
You know what I find interesting when you are talking to somebody who, more the previous guest, who obviously was in need of some mental health support, you ask them clarifying questions they can't answer. Like their creativity only goes so far.
Right.
Like I found that so interesting. Like there's so many words that they've memorized. Yeah, like I haven't thought that one through. That would be hard to actually get those kinds of details. So
yeah, look, I'll agree that measuring something the size of the Earth is very difficult to do. It's not an easy task. It's a big old ball here, right? It's hard to do. Figuring out the shape of the Earth with like your little red lasers and stuff like that is challenging. But when you do the math, it checks out. It works. It is a case that it is curving, and you have to be like in utter denial of every like factor of reality at this point in order to in order to still accept that the Earth is flat. Like you have to really throw away the last 2,000 years of technological advancements. So go ahead and do that if you want. And if you want to come back up and talk about God or something like that, I'm happy to do that. I used to do flat Earth stuff. I used to be into talking about that. I just don't care anymore. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever. And so I can't get into it too much anymore. We can do it as a joke for a little bit. We can joke about it for a little bit. I'm like, let people look stupid and stuff like that. But I'd rather talk about God today.
Old lion, take a look at your life. You're a lot like you.
All right, be quiet. All right, okay.
Old lion, are you a Christian though?
That's a touchy question also. I mean, I know of the power of Jesus Christ.
Well, stop touching the gas.
I mean, there's a reason why you're a bit of a bigot, and I would assume it's religion, right?
No, I know of the power of Jesus Christ. I don't identify with American Christianity. I find
it Sadakmak Bivtaj. Do you think Jesus died for your sins?
That's the thing. I've been kicked off of Christian lives because I disagree. I say the BLOOD. Oh, they say all that. I can't foresee
the blowed.
I can't foresee God. The victory in being him murdered.
He said blued.
Oh, I thought he said BLOED, like blowed.
No, BLOOD, blued.
The blowed of Christ.
All right.
It's like when you blow a load out of someone, it's called a blowed.
Oh, you blowed me so good there.
The point is, I can't see that, the narrative being, that, we're okay. Everybody's okay because of this tragic event of an unaliving of God himself, right? So I don't
stupid, right? It's such a dumb story.
It's a brilliant story. It's a beautiful story, but the narrative is really
falls apart.
Obscure. Yeah,
it has huge plot holes. It's dumb. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So I believe in the miracles of Christ. I believe in the resurrection, but the narrative of like he was unalive, God unalived himself essentially. Right, from a first person. I mean, who's he praying to in the garden himself? Right. So the Trinity falls apart. Yeah. So the Trinity falls apart.
Well, look, I agree with you on that. When you find like you're looking at some story or something that someone's presented, and you find some big plot hole where it's like, yeah, this doesn't really make sense. You realize that the whole kind of idea falls apart, and maybe it just isn't true after all, right? Which I think happens with, that's what.
Yeah, that's the tragedy of atheism, brother. But let me tell you this with regard to atheism. I've traveled down your road. I'm a little older than you, okay? And I've shook my fist at God and said, why would this happen? Why would, if a judge loving God, why? And because we don't know, judges. Right? But the point is, there is no. I mean, logically, there's no creature. You and I are creatures, okay? So just there's no creature without creation ever. It's just logically impossible. So I'm not.
There's no creature without creation.
Correct. Hold
on a second.
Is that just like a little bit of a semantic game?
No. If the ball isn't rolled, it doesn't roll, right?
Sorry, I just opened TikTok to just because it was like on my tabs thing here, and my face was on someone else's live, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It's Oso. This is my face. Everybody go to Zena May's live right now. and tell Oso that I saw his thing. It's the picture of me as a scientist creating Harlequin babies. It's really funny. I've seen it before. I just like, it surprised me. I was like, oh, this, I meant to open a different tab and it popped up and I was like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was some like hate live, you know, like a, you know, like people do lives that are like just to like mock people or something like that. It is that, yeah. What should we tell Oso? Someone go tell him that, oh man.
Do you want me to pretend that I dislike you? And I'm like,
yeah, go, yeah, old lion, go over there, go into Xena May's live and get up there and be like, that Mezzo guy you have on your background's a piece of shit. He just told me the earth is round.
Yeah. He rejects Christ. This motherfucker, he paints his toenails.
I have painted my toenails before, but I don't do that anymore.
I'm not doing that, but brother, you're throwing. I get your plight, right? I get why there's whole plots, right, and that it sucks overall. The American Christian standard
suck.
Yeah, they do, but you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There is the power of Christ. There is God, and there is a story there. Obviously, right?
Well, we
about it 1,025 years later.
We hate the bathwater, but the baby sucks. Like the baby doesn't exist. The
That's
baby.
what I'm saying. As an atheist, I shake my fist at the baby and be like, "Why are you giving everyone cancer?" So I want to get rid of that.
I think it's because like the baby is made make believe. So all it is bathwater, and you're just like, the fuck.
No, but that's the point. I have a baby, right? And I've been giving him a bath, okay? And I throw the bath water away, but I restore the baby. The baby's
My
clean.
tub has one of those drains. It's like this big. The babies just they don't go down at all.
I think what you have there is just one of these like dolls that they send you home at school so that you can learn how to take care of a baby, or even just like a bag of sugar that you have to take care of. It's not a real baby.
Yeah. Do you think, or like, yeah? So if the baby's like a plastic doll,
I'm not shaking my fist at you, I promise. But I've been down your road, and I followed through. I came through it.
Well,
right?
Oso makes up a good point. What about Harlequin babies? I didn't create them. Who did?
Well, the same could be said for the Cabbage Patch Kids. I don't know.
Absolutely. Who made the Cabbage Patch Kids?
Someone.
I don't. But old lion, do you know what a Harlequin baby is? I don't think you.
No, I don't actually know.
Yeah.
So, well, here's the thing about it. You think God made everything, right?
Well, again, I mean, I'm part of creation. I have many children that I've reproduced.
Did God make you?
It just pushes the question further back, right? You can say, well, maybe aliens did it, but then it pushes it back, right? But yes, there is a father. Did God
make you or not?
There is a father of the father of the father. Okay,
so God didn't make you. God made Adam or something, and then that led to you.
I can't. I'm not in a position to say that, but logically, to me, we have to understand that.
Stand up, change positions, figure out how to answer this question.
No, I didn't tell you I'm an American
Does
Christian.
God make every human?
Yeah, ultimately, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is God good?
I've never met the guy,
so maybe not. Okay, well, I mean, that solves the problem.
I have suffered here, right? You have suffered, and I have shaken my fist at him and wondered why, right? So, but I have learned from pain, and one thing I learned about pain is egregious, and pain is necessary in order for growth. Okay,
awesome. So you're saying that like when God serves pain, that there's a value in it, because even though we're like shaking our fist at God, like you're like, oh God, and you're shaking your fist a bunch, that you're like, there's some better outcome at the end of the fist shake, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the question then. When a Harlequin baby is born, it lives for about a year, right? And its whole year of life is spent in pain. So it suffers, it has pain. Its skin, it's born with a weird genetic anomaly, and its skin is hard. They look inside out, their eyes are red, they're uncomfortable, they cry, they hurt their whole life, and they don't ever some of them live a little longer, but usually they die just
right. They present as if they're burned or like burning.
Yeah, their skin's cracking apart.
Right,
actually, yeah. So, what's the greater benefit for them later that they're going through this year of absolute pain where they're not really aware of why or what's happening?
Brother, that's a great question.
It's
and I understand
such a great question. And you know what? That question really also like defeats. Like, it's a question and a defeater.
Hold on.
It's a question with a statement.
Okay, here's a position.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I just have to make this is like a thing, Joel. Remember we're talking about like, should we say we're undermining religion? We're dismantling the doctrine. How about if we say like, we're getting religion wrecked?
Oh yeah, get wrecked.
Is you even saying wrecked on your thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're trying to wreck religion.
We're just wrecking religion here.
Here's the wrecking ball.
I came in like a wreck. Yeah. I love that.
That's a great song. So
all right. So Old Lion, you were going to say why God makes babies just to have them suffer?
I maybe. I mean, here's a position that I hope makes you think. Maybe they're not innocent souls. Maybe souls do not last one body life.
Fuck you. Oh, you're terrible. To have that thought makes you so awful. God is
that guy.
You think that. So when you see, hold on, Old Lion. Hold on. Stop talking because you're gonna like get kicked out of here. That was crazy. To say that. Oh, when you see someone have a Harlequin baby and that baby's crying in pain, what you're saying is, yeah, they deserve it. Fuck you.
No, I say
you're an absolute piece of shit. Like to even entertain that briefly makes you awful.
No, to entertain that is to say that I don't know the justice system here. Okay, I know that the creator must be, because I'm a creation, you're a creation, so there must be some system here.
And he's the creator's just a piece of shit fuckface.
No, you and I have free will, right?
Do the Harlequin babies have free will?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they lived a lifetime
ago. They chose that.
And their will was glorified, right?
Wow,
maybe
people hate you. You are being hated in the chat.
Oh man, I don't know.
Just to be clear, this is deserved. You deserved this.
At least I'm big enough to say I don't know.
If that's true, if this is true, Old Lion, if this is true, then you right now just earned it. That next life you should be born as one, because that was crazy.
I hope not. I'm trying to earn my way into something better. And that's what
Old Lion, this is the thing that is so dumb, is that like you say 18 times in a row that you don't know, and then you come up with the worst possible version of events.
Maybe it's the worst thing.
Like, why not just be like, these are, hold on, why not just be like, these are just natural processes that result in horrific things which are absolutely unfair and horrible. I don't know. These things that happen naturally are unfair and they're horrible, and we need to try to find ways to beat that. But that's the natural world we live in. Like, why not say that? That seems more reasonable than there's a God and this might be justice and there's all these other things. Like, you have so much more to work, like, fight against, and it doesn't make sense.
Yes,
yeah. If you're saying so, Old Lion, we're going to take turns talking, the three of us, okay?
Yes, sir.
And you'll have to. When it's your turn, do an apology.
Get the acetone out, and while you're talking,
Old Lion, stop talking over me. You already just said something terrible. You're gonna have to apologize for. Don't interrupt to add to it. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. So Joel makes a good point. If you're already saying, "Yeah, I don't know, maybe I don't know," then why don't you just say maybe it's natural?
Well, that's equally dismissive, okay? That's analogous to I don't know. A natural cause means that, like, we're going to have to figure it out, right? So, like, a natural cause of an event means that we have to figure out why the tsunami came. The earthquake under the sea behind the Philippines caused the Philippines to get washed away, right? But then what caused the volcanic eruption that caused the thing? So you're just pushing the question further back, right?
I think that's fair to do. So I love this because as you push it back, at some point, right? Like if you go, okay, it turns out there's like plate tectonic. I know you don't believe in plate tectonics, but like that could cause like earthquakes or volcanic eruptions or tsunamis or something like that. Right, so I know you don't believe in plates, but that's what causes tsunamis, right? So hold on. But what you're doing when you at the end of this chain of what caused that, when you add God to the end of it, What you're adding is a bigger riddle. I was thinking about this recently, and like sometimes as a man, I look at women's clothing. Like I'll see a woman wearing something like, oh, that's a cute outfit that they're wearing, but how do they pee in it? You know, like it's like, well, I don't know this
aspect of clothing is a little hole in our underwear. Like, have you ever known a
fucking Christ, dude? Stop talking. I'm in the middle of a thing. Okay. Just like stop talking. I'm gonna go at the end of it. I'll go, what do you think about that? And then you'll have a chance to respond. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit. So you're looking at a woman, you go, okay, these clothes are confusing. And then if you went up to them and said, hey, how do you like, your outfit's nice, you look great, but how do you pee in this? Don't go up and ask people, that's weird. But if you did, and they were like, yeah, well, there's this funnel and then these buttons on the shoulder right here. Okay, you've given me an answer that's just made a bigger riddle. What do the shoulder buttons have to do? Like, you haven't really helped me figure out any of the question. You've made it more confusing. Okay. So Old Lion, what you're doing when you say at the end of the chain, there's a telepathic being that can send us messages in our minds that created everything. You're not answering the question. You're just like using that as an escape hatch to get out of answering the question. What you've done is made a bigger riddle. What the fuck is God? What do you think about that?
Great. Thank you for passing me the mic. God obviously is outside of space-time, right? Because space-time is a construct, a creation of the creator. So as you and I like to travel through this linear verse, whatever this is that we're doing, which we can't figure out. I'm not claiming that I've figured it out. You are certainly have not, right? But there is a creator of this time space who exists outside of that, because this is that creation, okay? And here we are. And we're stuck like fucking Chuck, okay? And I don't know the answer. You don't know the answer. But somebody fucking did this, bro. Maybe he's good. Maybe he's bad.
Well, you're yelling at me.
Yeah. But somebody did this, okay? Like, let's not get it twisted.
Well, I am going to twist it, because that's what I'm saying. So if something did this, if your thing was like, I don't know how this all came to be, but something happened, then I would go, okay. That's a good, I don't know. Something for sure happened that led to us being here. That seems to make sense. That could be very convincing.
Not random.
When you say, shut up. When you say somebody, it was a person or a being that has a mind and emotions and will and desires. And like, now it's a bigger riddle. You're not answering the question. You're adding more riddle to the question. If you're like, there's some force of nature that creates things, I'd be like, let's look into it. I want to hear about that. Shut up. Okay? I'm not going to like keep doing this with you. It's annoying.
Can I ask you a question, please?
No, I'm in the middle of a statement, and then I'm going to say, what do you think about that? And you can ask a question during that time. I'll make sure you know. Yes, but if you interrupt me again, I'm going to drop you. I don't care if there's no other guests. Like, I can't. I don't want to do that.
I apologize.
Okay. It's okay. If you're going to add a bigger riddle to it, then all you're doing is not just pushing it down the line and saying, I don't know. You're pushing it down the line and adding more mystery. Okay? So it's a worse answer than just saying, yeah, I don't know. It could have been somebody. That doesn't make sense, really. It could have been something. It might have been nothing. It might have been that things just naturally exist. That's a good answer to say, I don't know. To say, I don't know what it is, therefore I know what it is. It was God is a bad answer. I don't know, therefore I know doesn't make sense to me. What do you think about that?
A great question. Thank you so much for handing me the mic. Do you know of the law of entropy?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it.
Okay. So if I have a glass, I wish I could go on cam, right? I tell you, hey, this glass was created by a 6-year-old Chinese kid 6 months ago. And you say, no, it wasn't. The glass materializes due to like some abject bullshit, right? And I say, no, I know that the glass was materialized by a 6-year-old Chinese kid 6 months ago.
It's like a child labor law, the law of entropy.
Right. So in any event, the glass does not, if I now drop the glass turns into 100 pieces, right? over time, over your concept of how things develop, I'm telling you the reality of entropy. Now, over time, the glass is 100 pieces. Now it's 1,000 pieces 6 months later. 6 months later, it's in 10,000 pieces. 6 months later, it's in 1,000,000 pieces. It will never, ever again become a glass without that little Chinese kid making it into a glass. So he is the creator of that glass. It randomized back into material realm. Okay. Ever.
Can you
ever.
just say glass maker?
No, because I like to be a little bit.
It's a weird thing where you're being like a little, like you're saying it in a racist way.
Yeah. I sneak it in, bro.
Well, just say I'm a racist and then start using like glassmaker, and then we all know it and we don't have.
Why am I a racist? Because the Chinese
you said
kid.
You said you wanted to be. Are you?
Never become something unless the Chinese kid made your glass.
But
just
are you?
I know a little bit more.
Oh,
no,
okay.
What does that mean? Like
you
what
just said. I thought I asked you if you're racist, and you said, "Yeah, I sneak it in." But that's
no. I knew what you were getting at, and I said, whatever you say, that's what I said. Okay, so there's no.
Well, you're a dumb bigot. That's what you said.
Okay, so I hope that my attempt to make a mic dropped a little bit of a mic, because I think it did.
You said the whole thing?
No, it was the Holy Spirit. It had my back.
But you know what?
But that's the end of it. You said that the glass won't get made again.
He's saying that because of entropy, things can't become more complex over time. They always go towards,
destruction. It always goes, falling apart.
If there was only entropy, if that was the only law of the universe, that would be interesting. But there's other ones too, right? Like there's gravity. Oh, you don't believe in gravity though, right?
No. It's not.
You believe in entropy, but not gravity?
Well, the theory of gravity.
What about magnets? Do you believe in magnets?
But we cannot prove gravity. We cannot.
I know you don't believe in gravity, but do you believe in magnets?
Yes, electromagnetics is what forces you between yourself and the ground, right?
Or you believe in what's it called? Why do the reason you think
buoyancy, density,
gravity? So buoyancy makes things go down for you, right?
Well, they can go up. I mean, if you have a helium balloon inside your swimming pool, the helium balloon goes up. So that's relative.
But for some reason, buoyancy makes things go down. So while entropy is happening, there's still this magical buoyancy that makes heavier things go downward, right?
Right.
Yeah. And of course, as you know, the G in the buoyancy equation does stand for gravity. So without buoyancy, or without gravity, you really just don't have buoyancy. But you're familiar with all that.
No, I could.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know all about it. Yeah. So that's just like obviously like a dumb thing to do. But either way, there's some force that makes down happen. So while entropy is happening, there's another force that's making down happen. There's also other energies, like my hand can, push things together, right? So there's other forces at play. If it was only entropy, everything would slowly dissipate, maybe. Yeah, okay. I'm with you. I get that. But there's other forces recomplicating things, recomplexing things, putting things back together. So when a star explodes, I know you don't believe in stars, but the star explodes and it goes out, and then parts of it clump back together, right? And reform into new complex things. So there's no problem. Oh, go ahead, Joel.
Sorry, for me, it's charm that makes people go down. But I was going to say that, like, what Mez was saying is right. So when we look at things like the volcano you mentioned and all those things, and we have those natural reasons why those things have happened, and we actually have found natural reasons for all of these things that have occurred, maybe not everything yet, but we know a lot of them. It turns out that your God thing doesn't have any explanatory power. We've already explained it. We don't need to add this other thing. This other thing complicates it without giving us any sort of insight into how things work. So that's why we're saying you don't need to do that in the worst possible way.
Yeah, and I would say it's not like solely charm. I think you have a look about yourself where it's just like, I got to see what's going on down there. Like, I got to see if the rumors are true, and they are. And I also think that the whole point of bringing up entropy in the weird way you did was to say, like, things can't get more complex. So your answer to it is the most complex thing anyone's ever come up with, which is God. Like, how does that answer? You're making it more complex. You're making it a harder thing to accept.
Yeah, because it's above our pay grade at the end of the day. We are subject
How
to
much
this
do you
thing.
make?
We're subject to this thing that is brighter than you and I put together. I mean, you and I are both pretty bright.
Wait, do you have a job though, really?
No comment. But yeah, I'm on a payroll. I got a no-show job. It's none of your business, right? So yeah.
Oh, you're like a mafia guy?
The creator of all things, right, is way brighter than you and I put together in infinitum, right? So we can't decide.
He might not be. He might be the darkest piece of shit ever. We don't know. It's out of our pay grade.
But he's smart. But he's definitely smarter than you and me put together.
We don't know that. He might be the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, it's out of our pay grade. We don't know.
I can't build you and I. I cannot do that. He's smarter than us. He's smarter than us.
What if the act of starting a universe is literally just like God drooled and farted at the same time? And it like they just formed together naturally from there, like that. Like his power was there, but he was a dumb fuck, and he just like, and it's like then it spawned out a universe. So he didn't smartly do it, but then after that, like you say, children beget other children, and all of the other things.
Yeah, well, maybe now we're getting it, but I don't know. That could be a reality. I do know the power of Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't want to claim. Obviously, I'm not him. But I do know that the power of knowing God and having things happen.
Let's see some of that. Are you able to pray to God or conjure God in some way? So
no, I'm not able to walk on water. I've tried it. I fail. Right, I fall right into the pool. Right.
So prayer doesn't work at all.
I'm sorry.
Does prayer work at all? You can't like request for things.
Yeah, it does, but it's not like I need a new Ferrari. Prayer is. A substance, I had a cat. I had to rename Laz. I named him Lazarus, right?
How about like a Hot Wheel? Like it doesn't have to be like a real big car, but can he manifest just like a toy car or something? Only for the sake of being convincing.
I've never tried.
What is the power? You say, I know the power of Jesus. What is the power? How do you know that?
In a lightweight sense, okay? He conquered death, okay? So he showed us that like this is some type of matrix that we're walking around doing.
Okay, so don't say I know the power of Jesus. Say I've heard of the power of Jesus. It's in a particular book.
Well, I'm leading to that because I've done it.
You haven't experienced it.
No, I have in a very lightweight sense, okay?
Right to that point.
Yeah,
we don't care about the book we all read.
I had 2 cats that were poisoned, right? And I brought them to the cat ER, and they're like, okay, that'll be $4,000 to save the cats. I was like, what? Who's got $4,000 to save cats? Not me, right? So they go, okay, the one cat is paralyzed from the waist down, right? The other cat is deceased, right? So what do you want to do? Give us $2,500 for the cat that is paralyzed, and we'll provide to you like medical treatment for this cat? I said, no. I said, deliver me back both my cats, okay? I'll give you like $200 for the hydration you gave them, whatever. Give me back both of my cats. They're like, we can't, sir. The one is deceased. I said, I don't care. Give me the dead cat and give me the paralyzed cat. Okay. And I'm aggravated. This is a true story. And I bring this cat home, dead cat, cold, not breathing. And I prayed to the Father. I said, listen, I don't give a shit about this cat. My children were in mourning, right? I said, for your sake, my Father, for your sake, bring the glory of your righteous face to know that the children do not have to face this, right? Okay? I don't give a fuck about this cat, bro. Don't give a shit. I'd take the cat, throw it in the fucking woods. I don't give a shit.
It's like every story, he is the villain. Have you noticed? Like every story, there's something that makes you hate him. Like in this one, he hates the cat. So anyway, go on making yourself look like the worst person we've ever spoken to.
You don't have to add in the parts where you're terrible. This is the same thing that God did, right? It's like you just leave the stuff. Oh shit! Hold on, there's another guest.
I know,
hold on. Okay. Oh, thank goodness.
Remember, that's what you did before we got him. You were so excited.
No, yeah.
So we'll see what happens here.
Deathless, what's your age and religion?
Sure, I'm 44. I'm 45. I'm Baha'i.
Cool. God, this is going to be so much better.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The last two guests have been like flat earthers who hate cats, and it's been just a little bit frustrating talking to them.
So finally, we get somebody that's actually gorgeous.
I have a sincere question.
Yeah. So the question is, do you want to let go of the Bible God, or would you like to try to convert me?
Well, I know for a fact it's true.
So which one do you want to pick?
Well, let's just talk about the Bible God.
Yeah. So you'll try to convert me?
Sure.
Okay. And
do you know what a God? Do you know what a God is?
I think of a God as like like a being that has its own like identity and also superpowers that can create universes.
Close. Not quite.
What do you think it is?
A God is a paradigm of logical identity.
Okay, that's good. Joel, what do you?
I don't think I'm a paradigm of logical identity. I think I'm like a biological being.
No, not what are you? I mean, what do you like? How do you think what a God is?
Oh, I don't know. I think a God is something people make up for themselves. It's undefined, really. It's just whatever you want it to be.
Joel,
so just real quick, Joel, it was Joel's turn to talk. We'll all take turns.
I don't know if I'm contradicting any terms, but people make up different gods all the time. So it seems like it's just something people make up. That's all I'm saying.
That's just a contradiction.
Okay. So Deathless, which one of the God definitions did you want to go with today? Yours or one of ours?
We're gonna use the logos concept.
Okay.
Sure. So logos means word. God is the abstract essence of what word means. So God is the transactional space where God is the transactional space.
Can I read this definition and you tell me if this is the right one? A single distinct meaningful element of speech or writing.
That's exactly what God is. That's exactly what God is.
Question, Death.
Yes.
Boy. Can you think of any word that human beings haven't come up with?
Yes.
What word?
The number one.
That's a word that people have, because the word one, we came up with that, right?
No. You're confusing the phoneme for the word.
He asked about the word.
Yeah, I'm talking about the word.
Yeah, the word itself. So when we're dealing, so I'm an experimental philosopher, I'm a systems theorist, so I'll explain this. So when you're dealing with language is fundamentally about predicates and how they map onto substances.
Yeah, but
now it's
we
make up the predicates. I think we don't make up the substances, but we make up the predicates.
That's false.
Like if someone makes a new thing, you invent a thing. It doesn't have a word for it yet. They invent a word for it.
They go like this. What are we going to call this?
Excuse me. That's a contradiction in terms, and that's not true.
Okay, what's the contradiction?
Sure. So a word, by definition, is anything, whether it's human being oriented or originated or not, that maps a predicate to a substance.
Okay, so that's not what this one said. The one I said says something else.
Death. If there were, let me ask you this, Death.
No, hold on.
I got a question. It's a clarifying question. This is a good
clarifying question. He's allowed to ask that.
This is a good question.
I was answering. No. You didn't hear my answer. I never answered.
Let me just ask you this clarifying question real quick.
No. You don't know what I believe.
You're not allowed to interrupt Joel. That's one of the rules.
Let me do this one, and then we'll let you go off.
Excuse me, I'm being interrupted.
My question.
No. Excuse me.
Okay, shut up so you can get interrupted. Then.
No, excuse me. Nope, you're interrupting.
I can mute you. The thing is this. If there were no people, would there be words?
Excuse me, you're interrupting me.
If there were no people, would there be words?
Yes. If there were no people, there would be words. Yes.
Like woof?
No. Yes.
That might be one, Joel. Like dogs came up with a woof.
Yeah, I was going to say if there's going to be no animals.
Sir. So here's what's going on. Whenever I begin making sense, you start to interrupt me, so I stop making sense. It's obvious.
When you say things, you assume they make sense to us, but if we don't understand it, we're going to ask clarifying questions because I want to understand you.
That's fine. So here's what we have to understand. Mathematics are independent they're mind independent, and mathematics is a language. So because mathematics are mind independent.
Is mathematics a language? I got to think about that. Hold on.
Mathematics is a language.
The concepts of numbers adding up to other numbers. Hold on, I'm thinking. I can't think while you're talking. The concept, the idea that numbers out of numbers exist, but once we name that one and the word plus, and we like put letters and numbers and sounds to it, I think we're making up the words for it at that point. I don't think the words exist.
That's the fallacy of nominalism. That's the fallacy of nominalism.
I'm still thinking, and you're interrupting me. It's just like, it's so rude.
Let me just say, like, I heard you say, Death, when you said it, hold on, Death. When you said that's the fallacy of nominalism, I heard it the first time. I'm sure Mezzo heard it. Just say it once. We hear you. So Mezzo's talking. If you want to throw in an aside, it'd be better to just wait. But just say it once. You don't have to yell it over top of everyone.
So here's what it is. I haven't made a single argument yet because you've interrupted me, and I've counted 9 times. Nine.
Well, just take it easy. It's a dynamic conversation.
Yeah.
It's not a conversation if you interrupt me.
Okay, so what's your argument? Let's just do that.
Sure. God is the idea of all conceivable ideas. The idea of all conceivable ideas exists. God exists.
It's tag, right?
No, it's not tag.
Well, you're saying that like stuff like the language of math is transcendental. It exists out.
That was when we were doing the words thing. Now he's got a new argument.
A tag is a presuppositionalist argument.
Yeah. So you're saying God is the idea of ideas?
God is the idea of every single conceivable idea.
Okay, so if I think of everything, then I've thought of God. But until I've thought of every conceivable thing, I haven't thought of God?
No. Because that's the fallacy of composition or the fallacy of division. That's attempting to reason from the whole to the parts.
I feel like I have no idea what your sentence means, and I want to try to grasp it. But you're going to have to, like, maybe what you could do is like change the words of it a bit in a way that are like a little more simple, so I can understand it.
All ideas combined are the idea of all ideas, and that is God.
Okay, so just thinking one idea of like the set, right? Like the set of ideas.
Yes.
And that's God. So things that aren't ideas are not God.
Right. And you have no evidence, for anything not being an idea.
Anything not being an idea?
You have no evidence
of stuff that hasn't been thought of yet?
Yeah, that's an idea that you just thought.
I get it. So this is kind of like, he's one of those, like, the universe is energy and that energy is God.
That's not my position.
No, it's like an imaginary thing.
That. So like the universe is ideas and all the ideas equal God.
I'm a Leibnizian. I'm an Einsteinian.
So I think it's like this more, Joel. And maybe, Death, let's listen to this while I talk it out with Joel, and then you can, like, after we talk for a second, you can, like, tell us if we got it wrong. It sounds like he's saying if you have an idea, that's part of God, but it's not God until it's all of the ideas. So everything that you think up is part of God. So if you think of like even imaginary things like God, like I have the concept of God, that's an idea now. So then that's part of God.
Right. No, that's not what's being said.
But it's an idea only, or is it real?
Well, that's a contradiction. The very idea of real itself is an idea. So real itself depends on the idea of all ideas for its own existence.
Okay, so what does God do?
God does all ideas.
God does ideas?
I feel like there are ideas and them collectively are God. So what came first, the idea or the idea collective of God or God, the ideas? Like, did the idea come first or God?
So I have to, look, I need a little bit of autonomy here.
It's best because they come, when you come at the same time, that's the best. Everyone knows ideal.
What's happening is this. Because of the constraints and the parameters of the show, by which you put me in this very narrow straitjacket of where I'm only allowed to answer questions that are acceptable.
Meta commentary.
It's meta commentary. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get to the meat of the material, and you're not going to be able to.
No, give us the meat. We're ready for your meat.
Be hard,
Lay your meat on us.
You have no evidence at all of anything.
Slap us with that meat, Death. Slap us with that meat.
How much time do you think, if we just let you talk, how long would it take to get your whole point across? Would it be like a 45-minute thing?
No, probably about 4 to 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's a bit too long for this kind of a show.
Well, imagine.
Do you want to maybe write it down and send it to me in an email?
I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine the absurdity of looking for.
Hold on, Death. Could you give the 1 minute timer? I bet you this guy, he could go fast. He could do a minute. We could give you a whole minute, Death, and so just like pare down your ideas to like the most succinct. We're going to give you 1 minute if Mezzo can find it.
Timer. Oh, here it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're going to give you 1 minute. So just pare down your ideas, really succinct. You know, pretend you're doing some sort of like really quick workout. By the way, you've got a beautiful body. Pretend you're doing
That's not him, though.
That is me. That actually is me.
Oh, I believe it. I think the body and the face matches the voice perfectly. This guy's stunning. But anyway, we're going to
shit.
Yeah. Do you see this?
I'm smarter than I am strong.
I don't believe that.
I have 107.
You look so strong, and
how much
don't
do you
sound
bench?
smart at all.
365.
Man, switch those and you got me. You know what I'm talking about?
This guy is just like, I don't know if you've ever seen someone like that. But anyway, gorgeous.
Not in real life.
So just pretend you're doing like a fast, like I just have a minute to do a workout real quick. So you're just doing a really quick workout.
I'll even say this. I'll do it 4 times. So I'll give you a minute.
It's super simple.
I'll give you a minute, and then you stop, and we'll try to process it and understand it. And then if we get it, then you'll get to do another one, right? So it's like this is like a teaser.
That's fair. That's
okay. Ready, set, go.
So you have no evidence of the existence of a mind external universe, none whatsoever. And according to Christopher Hitchens, we're gonna apply Hitchens' razor to which is asserted without evidence could be dismissed without evidence. Now, because you have no evidence of a mind-independent reality, you assert that without evidence. I'm going to apply this atheistic principle against you and dismiss it without evidence. Now, there can be no evidence for an external reality because you'd have to process that through the mind. And according to Leibniz's identity of indiscernibles, what cannot be distinguished shall not be distinguished. Subsequently, they are made to become identical. So the inability for us to discover a mind-independent reality must be logically treated as identical to there being no mind-independent reality. Now, there are 4 fundamental presuppositions within the scientific worldview, and that's that matter, energy, space, and time are mind-independent. So we falsified that. That means matter, energy, space, and time are mind-dependent. Now, because matter, energy, space, and time are mind-independent, they exist as structures of the mind, the logical definition of which is an idea. This means matter, energy, space, and time are ideas. Now, as ideas, they are part of a logical subset of a larger idea called the idea of all conceivable ideas. So as logical structures of a logical subset called the idea of all conceivable ideas.
All right, that was good. That was good. I think we got a lot from that. That was so. Mezzo, do you have any questions?
I mean, I'll say this: if he's saying that God is the set of all ideas, or the idea of all ideas, I do. I just believe in that. Yeah, I'm convinced. I think that okay, yeah, there is a thing that is the idea of all ideas. If that's what you call God, then that's cool. I don't know why you call that God.
Well, I'll tell you.
Sorry, Deathless. So you're going to get your other minute, but we're processing this right now, right? So I said I don't think that that's what I would call God, but if that's what you believe in, I also believe in that, and so I'm committed to that. Joel, do you have any thoughts about this?
Yeah, that was the idea, the energy, consciousness. It's all the same kind of woohoo of just we're going to call this God, even though it doesn't resemble what classical ideas of God is. But the other thing I would mention is that this is a neat idea that everything is based in a mind, but I think that kind of goes back to, was it Kant that did I think therefore I am?
No, that was Descartes.
Exactly. So when Descartes said that, it's all of this could be in just your mind, Mezzo, or it could just be in my mind, right? This whole solipsism thing. And so, he's just positing this external mind that everything is in, but that could just be my mind, or his mind. You know what I mean? So it's he's not offering anything really, except for he's making a positive claim that he can't prove.
Well,
actually, I can't prove.
Here would be my question to you. Now, you're going to get a chance to do that, but I appreciate. Thank you, Joel. My thing to you, just one quick question, then I'll give you your next minute. Does the God that you're talking about prefer to be called God?
In some paradigms of the concept of God, yes. In some paradigms, no. It depends on what paradigm you're operating from.
I'm talking about yours, the one that you're making up here. Does your God, is it call me God?
Yes.
My name is Yahweh.
Yes, and there's a reason.
Okay, so that's what I want to hear is why your God is my name is God. Call me that.
So the idea of all conceivable ideas is a logical structure. So as a logical structure, the word for that in Greek is called a logos, meaning a word. Meaning the fundamental logical structure of the idea of all ideas must be have one-to-one consonance with what a word itself is, because otherwise the idea itself could not actually map to a word, and the word is an idea, so the two must be actually indistinguishable. Now, because the idea of all ideas is logos, and the logos by itself is a mathematical structure, The logos, having a mathematical structure, fundamentally operates by three fundamental primordial perspectives intrinsic to all mathematical structures, which is the first person, second person, and third person perspective. That's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Right. So the idea of all conceivable ideas is a logical structure constituted entirely of itself with three fundamental perspectives, first person, second person, and third person perspectives, and all mathematical ramifications of itself, such as necessarily
what if there's a fourth?
There is, but when we're dealing with fundamental substances, not necessarily extensions or extrapolations, three is the necessary fundamental minimum. Three is the fundamental necessary minimum by which you can have an ontological relationship.
Okay.
It's the fundamental relationship structure.
And if three is like the fundamental minimum, shit. There's four now.
Oh, there's four up here. No. How do you deal with the fourth?
Yeah, that's a contradiction in terms. I'll explain.
Oh, good. They left.
Sure. Oh, then no, that's contradiction in terms. I'll explain. If you only have two.
Well, hold on. You did your minute. Now it's our turn to talk. Joel, did any of that ring true with you?
Well, I didn't really understand it, but I would like to say that Bad Bible Debates Season 2 is coming tomorrow, 8 a.m. It is the number one episode on charts. So check it out. Number one podcast on charts is the name of the episode. And we are excited for it because it's going to just like shoot up the charts. Link in my bio, link in Mezzo's bio. We're on YouTube, we're on Apple, we're on all the things, Spotify. Check us out. Death Bro, you should check it out.
I'll check it out.
You would love Bad Bible Debates.
You would love it. I would recommend episode 4. Yeah, if you guys, seriously, like no joke, go into Apple Podcast and type Bad Bible Debates number one podcast. It's the top ranked first thing that will come up. Like we're ranked number one there, which is exciting. Okay. What's that?
If I wanted to be a guest on the show, like an at-length guest, because I've lectured at Yale, Quinnipiac, Fairfield, Jew.
Oh, we'd love to have you.
I mean, this is kind of the show, Death Bro. So like you are kind of the guest.
Okay.
Yeah, the show, we take these conversations and edit them into like little podcast forms and kind of, we trim out the stuff where we go, hey, thanks for all the subs and things like that. We just make it like a more cohesive thing. So, and
sometimes it's like a really great debate like this one today. And other times it's a little bit more like goofing off. Like we just kind of like, we troll a little bit sometimes.
If you guys are interested, if you want to do like a full length show, I proved God exists. I have a book which is coming out in about 3 months. It took me.
Can I ask you this though? Would you cam up for it? Because the thing is that like with your
that would help.
Look, like I mean, if people are scrolling by and they see you, like your little picture is not doing anyone any favors. If you're on like half the screen and it's your big beautiful body and gorgeous mouth. We're getting the viewers to stop, and they are falling in love.
I think that would really help the numbers here. I think
that's the motivation.
We might get a few more people looking at this if you want to help us out. Yeah.
So we're going to draw a line in the sand here, and I would sacrifice the power of success. I would sacrifice my wealth. I'd sacrifice my fame. I'd rather be poor than to help out the LGBT movement.
What? That's rude.
I'd rather suffer in silence and poverty than help that movement.
What?
I don't know why you brought that up. That's not what our movement is.
Because
do you think being beautiful on camera is going to help the LGBT?
Oh, he's worried it's going to attract guys.
No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. The way that you're a man who's saying sexually provocative things about me.
You're gorgeous.
I can't help it. Like that's not on us.
This is factual.
You're on your picture flexing in a tank top. Like
that's fine, but that has nothing to do with whether or not I approve of your lifestyle, and I don't.
Okay, but
what's my lifestyle?
Your lifestyle is one to which you think it's actually acceptable or morally right and proper to leverage sexy comments towards men from men. And that's a fundamental contradiction in the metaphysical foundation.
Maybe we should call him sexy. I don't know if he did. I think
I didn't. I didn't say, Death Bro, I want to suck your beautiful cock. I said, Death Bro, you have a beautiful mouth, you have a gorgeous body, and if people see you as they're swiping by, they're going to be drawn to you because you have that electric magnetism.
He's saying other people are going to want to have sex with
you,
not him.
Yeah, that's perfectly normal. That's just you being like objectively beautiful. Do you look in the mirror and find yourself objectively beautiful?
I don't give a shit.
Do you look in the mirror?
You do.
Look at your fucking selfie. Do you look in the mirror and see that you are objectively beautiful?
Do you think you're beautiful?
No. So I don't aim to be beautiful. I aim to be intimidating.
Well,
do you think you're attractive?
In a terrifying, vicious way.
I mean, I don't think it's a think. I think it's a no. Do you realize how beautiful you are?
Right.
I'm not aiming for beauty. I'm aiming for a stylized form of ugliness.
Well, then you've failed because you're absolutely gorgeous. You've got a great smile. You've got like the perfect facial hair. It looks like in the picture.
Do you still have that, or is that an old beard? Like, have you trimmed that?
It's how my beard grows.
Oh my
but I mean,
goodness,
you have it right
perfect.
Now. Yeah.
I think it would bring in the numbers. I would love.
I think you got to be a little bit more bushy if you want to be scary, because right now it's like so perfectly trimmed. You're just like, I would say metrosexual. Do you remember that term, metrosexual?
Do you remember the video of that guy who was crazy in court and lit his own beard on fire? Like, honestly, don't leave it on fire, but like singe the edges and then like put it out. And like you'll have like these burnt, like, oh my god,
scary.
That would be like,
But people.
I think men should be beautiful. I think men should be threatening and intimidating.
Well, you're failing, man, because you are just gorgeous, and I want to hug you. And I'm not. And by the way, I'm not gay, but I really want.
You're not gay, but you're drawing it out of us. You're drawing us in.
I just feel like I'd feel so safe in your arms, and that's just like it's like bro to bro type of thing. Like I'm totally like, would have, man, like. Cool, you're just a bro, but like I just know that you would attract women and men who would just be like drawn to you, even not in a sexual way, just because of your charisma.
Can I get ones in chat if you think you would like probably just like explode if you saw this guy walk by you in real life? Because I feel like, and I don't
want to see that. I'm not interested.
That's not for you.
That's just for us because we want to make sure that we can get you to cam up on our debate.
Yeah, so when we do the official one.
Yeah, because we like the thing is like, and I know that you don't want to be that guy, but like, listen, if you have a message, use your good looks to send that message.
That's a good idea. God gave you these looks, right?
I don't need to. I'm happy. I'm handsome, but I don't.
I'm happy you're handsome too.
So he does know he's handsome.
That's good. I'm glad you do.
Do you ever use that?
Do I use what?
Your handsomeness.
Do I use it when I want to make money? If I want to manipulate someone, if I want to get something.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So you want to make some money. So you do a little video or whatever, and people pay you for it because you're so good looking. And I bet it's long. So like people are giving you money for it. Just help us out and do that a little bit too.
Pay me.
How much?
How much are we talking for the show?
That's what I'm asking you. Like, what's your normal rate? Like when you do videos
you have
in the
to send
valley?
the rate because we have a manager, Bjorn, who pays for everything. So he's going to want to see.
Here's what it is. If we're gonna have a conversation about business, and we're gonna sit down, we're gonna do 45-degree angle, shoulder to shoulder, and we're gonna negotiate something, and we'll come up with a contract.
I think we want a 45-degree angle. I think like we want like to see the whole thing, right? Like a 360 view.
Look, you understand the metaphor. I take it that you have some semblance of business acumen. True?
But I'm not the business guy. So we're owned by a manager. Like our whole podcast is run by a guy named Bjorn, who's Swedish. So like we'll eventually get you in touch with him. But if we like say, hey, we have a guy who wants to like show up shirtless on our podcast, he's going to be like, how much does he want? So we have to tell him the rate.
How about this? If where are you guys located?
Bjorn's got kind of, just as an aside, Bjorn's got kind of like this donut rig where this camera just spins around like a donut, so you get the whole 360. You just have to stand and place yourself in the donut.
He'd fly you out to Sweden. He's got the money.
Yeah, so I could afford it. So if need be,
hold on, is this Bjorn? Oh no, this is
Dr. Bjorn. Oh no, that's Blitz.
I'm setting up. I'm in the process right now trying to set up a panel between him and some other people that actually.
Okay, hold on a second. Is there a thing happening at Yale?
Yes, I'm in the process of trying to book that. I have to get the place at.
What's the story here, Doctor?
Sure. I want to debate Dr. Blitz at Yale.
I can't hear you.
Honestly, I don't know. He came on, demanded that I go to Yale and debate him. I'm like, okay, where's the ticket, bud?
Sure. I got suspended for about 3 weeks off of TikTok because I got a loud mouth and I like to say shit that's rude. So it took a bite out of my ass. I'm back. So,
Okay, I'm just waiting for the ticket.
Dr. Blitz, would you like to
That's the same thing that he's trying to get us. So you're trying to get us to pay for your ticket to Sweden, and you won't even get Dr. Blitz's ticket to Yale?
No, not even that. I said I'd pay for myself to go to Sweden.
I bet you half of the people in this chat want to take a bite out of your ass.
I bet I'd break your neck with my bare hands.
Aw.
Now that sounds kind of like...
All right, I'm watching something on a live, so I got to run. But I just want my Yale ticket, bud.
Come on, Death Bro.
I bet I could break your neck with my bare hands.
Why are you saying this?
So you think that's... See, this is the same thing. You think that's intimidating? Joel loves that.
Well, this bro got grip. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. You like to say things that I don't like hearing, and I like to say things you don't like to hear.
We've loved everything you said.
Especially when I break his neck with my bare hands.
See, he likes that.
I feel like I wonder if I could break your neck with something.
What the sounds of him coming out of him would be like as his eyes slowly die, and I stare at him.
See, this is going to get you in trouble again. You shouldn't say that stuff because
he wants to get blocked. Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Oh, I don't mind it. It's just TikTok is going to. TikTok has rules. I don't mind it at all.
One's in chat if you'd like Death Bro to break your throat with maybe not his hands.
Sure.
I bet he could wrap it around your neck.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So let's put it this way. This can end real bad for you.
Why? We just look at all the people that want you to break their throat.
I'm sure you think that.
Why does this have to end bad? We want to do a debate with you. Can you DM us your fee?
Hold on. I'm trying to share something with you.
Okay.
I'll give you your next minute.
I know that this is all fun and games, but maybe I could put this out. Maybe it might make it a little bit interesting.
Is this going to be a threat?
No, of course not. It might be a promise. Now, in this particular case, my mother was a psychopath, and I have a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. So, these types of things are funny.
The crazy ones are always the best.
Hold on for a split second. Hold on. It's perfectly
I bet she was a killer. I bet she looked great.
It's perfectly apparent you're not from there.
Did your mom have big, beautiful muscles, too?
So in this particular respect, because you're so comfortable saying things like this, it tells me that you have really very little experience with pain and suffering. Mm-hmm. Because you feel so safe to say these things to people. Mm-hmm. And it tells me that you're very naive about what the possibilities in your life actually consist of. Mm-hmm. You don't really know what the possibilities are. And that tells me you haven't been out there and you haven't lived.
If you want to debate people in person, why are you on TikTok? Why don't you go do this in person?
Well, that would let's put it this way. I just have motivations you don't understand. And that's
but Death Bro, like if we were in an in-person debate, would you start like threatening me in person as well? Would you like intimidate like that? Because that's not very good debating.
Here's how it is.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to go to that. Now I don't want to invite you to Sweden. If you're like, I'm going to come to Sweden and while I debate you, I'm going to kill you. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That would probably be a smart idea. Because the only people who could
to
actually...
kill us would be, or to not invite you would be?
The only people who are safe from me are the only ones who respect me.
Oh, I don't respect you, yeah.
Yeah, right. So we're not safe.
I don't know if, I mean, maybe you could like say something here that would like earn some respect and then I would be safe.
Respect to me is not something that's earned. It's disrespect which is earned. Everybody is worthy of my respect.
I do think I do think some of the things you've said have been like very worthy of disrespect. So I have that for you. So does that mean, and I think Joel does too, right? Like you disrespect.
Well, I don't know. Like you threatened me a few times. Right. Am I supposed to respect that, Death Bro? I don't understand.
Let me ask you something.
Joel was like, hey, you're a really handsome guy. I bet people like the way you look. And you're like, I'm going to wring your neck out. Like, you're a monster.
I said the most horrible thing to you. I said how beautiful you were and you were going to break my neck.
I don't think we're going to be safe around you because it's going to be really hard to like maybe with an apology. Like if you want to apologize to us about the threat thing, then we could like start rebuilding this relationship.
Why would I apologize for something I actually meant?
Well, then, yeah, I don't know how we're going to rebuild this relationship. I'll talk to Bjorn. I'll tell you what, I'll talk to Bjorn. I'll send him this clip and we'll say, hey, this guy wants to come over.
This is how we do this. This is how we do this.
Maybe they can like build a cage or something that he can record from and
that's
we can be on the other side of the bars.
He mentioned he was in a straitjacket earlier for this debate. For the live debate, could we get a real straitjacket and like a head cage thing so that while we debate, you can't hurt us?
That'd be good.
Lovely.
Would you do that?
Here's what I'm attempting to say.
Do you agree to those terms?
No. So here's
well, then I don't think we're going to be able to do it. He said no.
It doesn't sound safe.
Oh, here's what I'm attempting to say.
Maybe we could get a cage, like a shark cage, and we're inside of it. So
we can always put ourselves in the cage so he can't get at us. Yeah, that makes sense.
How long are your arms?
I think I have like a 74-inch reach.
Oh, okay. Let me send this to
74,
you. We're gonna
75.
need like a decent sized, because we don't want if he just reaches through.
Well, the bars could also be smaller because he has giant hands.
Do you think you could like pull apart a shark cage?
So I'm going to go back to attempting to say what I'm attempting to say.
Just see how much these cost.
Can you pry bars apart real quick, Death Bro?
No. So
okay.
I'm going to
like you can get a shark cage for a couple $100, I think.
Yeah, if you can't pry those apart, we'd be safe.
Look, I know what you're doing.
This is to actually go on a shark cage tour. That's not a real.
Well, we could just book it, and then we can do the recording underwater.
Underwater?
Yeah, and then he can.
The inside joke is that you continue to ignore the things that I say, and you talk to each other.
We just do it on the boat. They don't have to dip us in.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. And then he can be.
And that inside joke is designed as a covert troll tactic. But you think something like that.
There's nothing covert happening. Do you get
how you
seasick?
responded the moment I read your mind? See, you're not in control of the operation so much, are you?
I'm not in control of you.
Right.
I fully agree. You're unhinged. You're out of control. The question is, are you in control of yourself?
It depends on what paradigm of control you use.
Are you able to control yourself or not?
I would say that I am the control of myself, not that I control myself. I would say I'm self-identical with the self-controlling function, the autopoietic structure.
Obviously, don't say obvious things.
We're using the regular word, like the colloquial phrase, but we mean what you just said.
So let's go back there for a second.
So if we were in person and Joel said, "Hey, I think you're really pretty," would you be able to control yourself?
Could I ask you a question?
Yeah, let's do this. You do mine. I'll do your question, and then you do mine.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, you go first. What's your question?
So, could I engage with you in a serious intellectual conversation that's substantive rather than these sideways non sequiturs that have nothing to do with
I don't know. Could you?
Answer: no, I can't do that. Question for you: if we were debating in person and Joel said you were handsome, would you be able to control yourself from hurting him, or would you just do it?
No, I'd control it. But there's so many ways.
You control it, but you do it. See, he'd do it on purpose, I think is what he's saying.
So let's put it this way. There are so many more legal ways to hurt you than just having to break the law.
Like what? Give me one.
Well, then you'd be able to prepare for it. But there's so many more.
It's a secret.
There's so many more legal ways to destroy somebody's life than to have to break the law. And you know what's
don't tell me the one that don't tell me the one you're going to do, but give me an example because I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm attempting to communicate to you.
I can think of one.
What you got, Joel?
Like it would be legal to make someone fall in love with you, trick you into falling in love with them, and then just building up this relationship and making them feel like this is a real thing, and then ghosting them or totally breaking up with them in the most harsh way, that would destroy their life, and it's completely legal.
Yeah,
maybe you might be able to get a little bit of retribution, financially. You know, if it was hey, he took my money and he would get my money back.
No, he doesn't do that.
But you wouldn't get your heart back.
It's just all emotion. He just builds up the emotion thing. He makes me fall in love with him.
Is that what it is, Deathless? Did you just come up here to break our hearts?
No, I'll give you a perfect example.
Oh, hold on a second. Drath, are you here?
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Are you a Christian too?
No, but I was wondering if Deathless, is he a Christian? I haven't been here the whole time, so.
Yeah, we're accepting Christian guests right now.
I do not accept denominational schisms. I believe Christ is Lord and Savior.
Yeah, so he's a Christian.
But he also introduces himself as Baha'i.
But Drath, are you a Christian?
What are God's preferred pronouns?
So Drath, sorry, this is just for Christians, this panel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just drop you down here. You can come up here. We accept people to come up if you're a W Mezzo Plus subscriber.
I have a question.
Or if you're, I'm doing a quick ad, Deathless. Just hang on. This is just part of the show. Bjorn makes us do it. If you're a W Mezzo Plus subscriber, you are allowed to just come up and basically talk about whatever you want, as long as it's not the top of the hour or something like that, or when we're in the middle of doing something really important. But yeah, you can do that. Oh, actually, Joel, it is.
Oh, look at that, folks. It is the top of the hour. That's right. It is 1:39 p.m. on a Sunday. It's ass, baby. We love ass. Yeah, we got Mezzo doing his live debates, a subsidiary of BBDs. It's JRB here with Death Bro in the hot seat. Take it away, Mo.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Got to be looking my best, 'cause there's money to make up so little time. Got to get out of my head, got to get back on my grind. Got to be looking my best, 'cause there's money to make up so little time.
So little time these days, but it is Sunday, and Atheist Sunday School is popping off with psychopaths this morning. And this is the first one who's actually admitted it and been here to say, yes, I come from psychosis or psychopaths, and I am a long lineage of them. Deathless, you're our next guest here on the show. Welcome back from the break. Let me just say this ad real quick, and then we'll go on.
He always has to read the ad. Sorry, Bjorn makes us do this.
Fuck, where did I put it?
We'll edit this out. We'll edit or
we can turn this out.
Bridget will edit it out.
Okay, hold on. Let me find this guy. You got to search it.
Yeah. Let's just hold that thought.
Okay, it's okay. Holiday. Come visit Sweden. Ja, land of fika, forest, and friendly faces. Explore stunning lakes, cozy cabins, and the magical northern lights. Whether you're hiking in Lapland, is Lapland a place? That sounds like come to Lapland.
Lapland.
It's like something a creep
I think
would
it's
say.
pronounced Lapland.
Hey, baby, come to Lapland.
Yeah, that's hot.
Sorry. Yeah. What?
Actually, not for nothing. Death Bro, can you say welcome to Lapland real quick?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Whether you're hiking in Lapland or strolling through Stockholm, adventure awaits. Book your trip today. Yeah, they say Ja there. Ja,
Yeah, Ja.
here. Sweden, naturally beautiful, not unlike our guest here. Although, is it natural, or do you work hard to get these stunning looks?
I've been in the gym since I was probably 19.
Yeah,
Chiseled.
how did you get your face to look like that?
I was real ugly until I wasn't.
Yeah.
Plastic surgery?
No.
Would you consider it?
Sure, why not?
What are you going to do when you get old and withered?
Who gives a shit?
Well, it's just a question. So when you don't have, when you're older and you don't have your muscles to rely on as much, how are you going to win debates?
I give a fuck
choke a guy out.
No, the thing about it is simply this. Wisdom is better than youth, and growth is more precious than anything you could possibly give up in order to achieve it.
Okay, now I'm crying.
So my ultimate objective is not simply to just be young and strong for the rest of my life. My
Can you
ultimate
say that one more time? Wisdom is better than truth?
Truth.
No, but wisdom is better than youth.
Youth.
Wisdom is better than youth. And growth is more
And growth
precious.
is more precious than silver. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Anything you'd actually have to give up in order to get it.
Give up to get it. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I love that.
So from my perspective, so this is where we're fundamentally running into each other with very different parameters of how we localize the world.
I would like to get back to your idea of the set of all truths of a God thing.
I'd like to get into that. I just want to finish this idea for a second. So I'm not remotely
I
interested.
kind of wanted to hear the part where you were going to say the thing that you could do to ruin my life that was actually legal.
Yeah,
You never gave us that.
I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to
so
continue.
much to talk about.
Let's do the sum of all truth thing first.
So this is going to lower my volume so you can't cut me off, and now I can't hear you, and I'm going to finish the sentence now. So I'm not interested in being good or evil.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you? Oh yeah. Shit.
I'm interested in unifying good and evil.
Why don't we do the
comprehensive and hold us to
where
developmental?
He's saying he muted us so that he could keep talking.
I got that idea. So now
Yeah, he turns us down so that when he
That's
hears
smart.
us, he doesn't feel like he needs
This
to
guy's
stop.
a genius.
Yeah, he's smart. But we want to do the other argument thing.
Yeah, leave him unmuted next time when he comes off, and while he rambles.
No, I'm done.
Okay, can you say it one more time? I couldn't hear you. You were muted.
I'm done.
All right, well, let's do the sum of all beings thing.
Yeah, so I want to like kind of map this out because while we do joke around here, I do want to actually understand this idea. I don't know anything about Baha'i faith. I don't know anything about how that interacts with Christianity or the belief in Jesus Christ and the Trinity that you were talking about, like the three thing. So I would like to just not debate it, but if you would mind kind of explaining it like I'm a kindergartner, I basically am. Sure. And I'm going to kind of draw it along and we can kind of like formulate it because I am a visual learner and there's no other way for me to really grasp it.
Very productive. Okay. Sure.
All right, so define God for me.
So I want you to draw 3 circles that overlap. Okay.
Then?
Yes. Now in the middle, I want you to put I.
In the very middle?
Middle, I want you to put I.
Like that.
Now, right, yes. Now in those 3 flower forms, I want you to put E.
Oh, I got to write it backwards.
Right. That's fine.
Are you sure that's okay?
Yeah, this is perfect.
You know, now, in Sweden, they call this a Sven diagram.
Now
that's funny.
Thank you.
Now, in each one of these, I want you, now in the circles, I want you to put G.
Doesn't matter which one.
It doesn't matter which one. Okay. G. I want you to put T. And in the other one, I want you to put B. Now, this right here, what you're looking at, is a perfect logical model of God. I'll explain. So I stands for identity itself. I stands for identity itself, and the identity is distributed across 3 different properties of existence. So the places where goodness and truth intercept, that's one substance of existence. The places where beauty and goodness intercept, that's another substance of existence.
E is existence?
E is existence.
Okay.
Now, what we have is 3 different perspectives of existence itself.
Are they all equal?
They are co-equal, but they are not co-identical.
Goodness, truth, and beauty are all equal?
They are identical in the I, but they are different in the T, the G, or the B. So if you look at the actual I function in identity, because each one of them has an identity.
Remember, as a kindergartner, when you say the I function, I don't know what you mean by that.
The identity operator. I.
Yeah, kindergartner's no operator, yeah.
Well, I'm going to say at the level the simplest that it can be said, but no simpler than it should be said.
I love that.
So in this particular respect, you have an identity. Now, that identity is the universal identity. And that universal identity is distributed across everything else in that diagram.
Where's God in this? I thought the G was going to be for God, but that's goodness?
So God is the actual white of the board.
Oh, okay. So he's like this rectangle?
God, no, he's the white. He's the background atmosphere. Okay, so what we're going to show you is something.
But he goes beyond the Venn diagram, right?
He's beyond the Venn diagram, but he's also the ground.
Imagine like the biggest whiteboard you can think of, like the Guinness Book of World Records breaker whiteboard.
Let's use a perfectly good metaphor. We're going to borrow from Philo of Alexandria and the philosopher Ken Wilber. So from the philosopher Ken Wilber, we're going to say that the actual infinite space, which is the blackboard, we're going to extend that infinitely into all dimensions. Right. Now, that infinite space, that is the essence of what God is.
Okay.
Now, the substance of God is everything to which is manifest. Now, for hypothetical purposes, we're going to say that each sphere is an infinitely sized sphere with
these are spheres.
We're going to assume them for the purposes of the exercise.
I don't know how to draw that.
Don't worry about it. Just keep it a circle then.
Okay.
So in this particular respect, we're going to assume that each one of these circles is center everywhere, is circumference nowhere, center everywhere.
Circumference nowhere, center everywhere. I don't know what that means.
Infinite. It's if you had an infinite circle, it would be center everywhere, circumference nowhere. An infinitely sized circle.
It's almost like this circle isn't there.
Right. It's the paradox of math.
I can erase them.
If you extended all 3 of these circles to be infinite in scope, each one of them would share a common property of being center everywhere, circumference nowhere.
I see. Okay. So just for example, I'm not going to, obviously I can't draw an infinite circle, but if I were extending it out, like it would be, they still intersect at the bottom, but this would extend out like infinitely,
it would go infinite.
Well, that doesn't make sense. So like I don't think it could intersect though, because it goes infinitely.
Only in space and time.
Well,
I don't think, honestly, with this Death Bro, I feel like because they're infinite, they can't overlap. So we just don't get existence.
No, that would be a contradiction in terms. I'll explain. That's the fallacy of
it's a blurry overlap, right?
What we're trying to do.
I'd almost say it's like, these lines are not fully visibly here.
Yeah, you don't really get the existence thing. You just get a bunch of like circles that blend into one thing.
And this one goes out forever, every direction. They're all going out in different directions forever, right?
Right.
Look, I'm not going to front. Like, you guys are about to make me laugh, and I can't even say how witty that was. You guys get 5 points for wit on that one. That was actually tremendously fun.
I'll put the 5. That was 5 is hard to do backwards.
Only 5 points. Okay.
5 points. How many points how many points do we give him? I'll tell you, you know what? For good looks, we give you 4 points, but it's 5-4, so I think we win, right?
Yeah.
So, but let's get back to this. So what we're dealing with is that there's an
know that I don't actually care about this, right? Like, you get that?
But I know that other people.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good time. I'll end it right there. That was absolutely delightful. Always a good time. Always a good time with the Baha'i guy. But we had to say Baha'i.
Baha'i. Check out BBD's episode 4 for more Baha'i guy. Oh no, Phil Bros.
Yeah.
Now streaming.
If you enjoyed even a second of what just happened, please go watch listen to episode 4 when we first interacted with him. He has no idea. He doesn't remember.
No clue.
Yeah, that like the whole time he's doing these debates, he's just looking in his own mirror, flexing and not paying attention to anything else that's happening.
I'm devastatingly scary.
Stop calling me handsome.
I'm beautiful, but I'm also really, really awful, scary looking.
Oh, what a good time. What a good time. I actually didn't know that he was so like bigoted. That's something I haven't experienced from him before.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm not surprised. People of his ilk often are. Is ilk? I don't know what ilk means.
Yeah, his ilk. It means what it means. It's one of those like self-defined words.
Type of
like
people.
If you look up the definition, it'll say like ilk.
Yeah, it's like short for milk. Well, people of his
totally
milk
just someone's ilk. Yeah, or milk. Yeah.
Someone just said milk without the M at the same time. All right. Well, look, I think we've ran the guests out. I did want to read Tog out loud to you again. Mm-hmm. We were talking about this. I've decided I need to squeeze the word intelligibility somewhere into there, or else it just doesn't count. So I got to figure that out.
We were talking about it.
Tog sounds like the city in Lapland. Oh, I've been to Tog, Lapland.
Oh, have you been to Tog? Guten Tag. That's a German word. Have you been to Tog in Lapland? Yeah,
I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh.
No, why would you be in trouble, Mezzo?
Because I eat pistachios?
I think it's because you guys were running Mezzo down in Oso's live. Is that correct?
No.
Or is that your live?
First of all, we're not all the same, Joel. I am a black woman, and it was my live. Okay?
But what was the title of the live?
I'm sorry. Mezzo said Oso's live. It was his fault. Don't blame me.
No, Oso was on Xena's live, and Oso had a picture of me on it. And I just happened to open up the tab, and it showed it. And I've seen that one before where it's me making... It's a Mezzo...
Dr.
Scientifically,
Mezzo?
Yeah, Dr. Mezzo making Harlequin babies in a lab. It's wonderful. It's absolutely
It's a wonderful picture. I didn't know here's the thing. I didn't fucking know he had it up because I wasn't paying attention, and I saw the fucking comments start going up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are my numbers going up? Like, we're talking about...
I sent everyone over there.
I saw that.
Did you have a productive show today?
It was a up and down show. It was very productive this morning. A lot of interesting people who one topic. Is it okay if I talk about it?
Yeah, but first ask me if I had a productive show.
Okay. Does it matter? Sorry. Mezzo, honey, did you have a productive show today?
Not at all. Just really bad. Yeah, but go ahead.
How do you feel about that?
I loved it. I had a good time, but yeah, it was a look. You missed out.
Just not
earlier,
one.
I had to put this on.
Not one reasonable person.
It was. I had to go get this. I was like, this is the kind of day that this is what we're talking about.
You know what? I'm going to create one too.
I'm glad I have it handy. I think like from time to time, like it would actually be really nice to have it close by. So next time when someone's just doing a crazy rant, I can like not leave, but just subtly be like,
Just
go on.
go on. Some signs, that shit.
It looks good. It looks good in the like Men in Black suit too.
Oh yeah,
that's an extra touch to it.
This is defining whether I support you or not. Was it the brother's fault or not? In Signs, yes or no?
In Signs?
Yeah.
I never watched that movie.
You never watched? That's where the tinfoil hat's from. I mean, not really.
Signs? It's from before that.
It's before. Yeah, Denzel, you know I am with my conspiracies. Come on.
In Signs, I think it was Mark Wahlberg's fault. Was he in that? Or is that Mel Gibson?
It was Mel Gibson and the other
It's for
guy.
sure Mel Gibson's fault.
Either way, I agree with you. Here's the thing. It was a great live today. A lot of people are very delusional about God's responsibility in this world. And using death as a punishment was a big point of contention this week that I've been running. And I'm not getting any answers. So fingers crossed.
At least, did you get some Christians at least? Because we had just like only lunatics.
Oh, I did. I got a nice lady named Oral, like more oral, but not really. I think it was Aura or something like that.
I like that.
It's a great show.
We talked about oral, but we didn't get any though.
Not morally, at least.
Not yet.
Where you confessed
is it moral to oral? That would actually be a good question because I don't know what like God's or the biblical opinion of oral is.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of feet washing. Right? Remember when Moses' wife like washed his feet with blood?
Yeah, but are those hand jobs like a euphemism for hand jobs? I don't know if they use their mouths.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true though. But yeah, if you're gonna wash a foot, you might as well suck the toes while you're down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Zena, you were saying.
With that thought. No. I think that's a wonderful parting thought. I see you have another guest up here. I do encourage moral servitude and showing people how much you love them in that way. Yeah, it's a great expression of love. Mezzo, Joel, you guys have a lovely afternoon. Hopefully some Christians come in later on during the week and I'll be watching. I'm always
follow Zena May if you don't. She supports oral servitude. It's weird, but she said it. And she also runs fantastic lives, even though they're riddled with misinformation about pistachios. We love Zena very much. All right, get out of here, Zena. Thank you so much.
Have a good one, y'all.
Bye,
her lives have been just genuinely wonderful lately. I've been really getting a lot of joy out of them. She's fantastic. Oracle, welcome in.
Hey, how's it going, Meso?
Very good. I think I've talked to you before, maybe recently.
Yeah, through messages.
Through messages.
Yeah, I send you a message, a DM.
Telepathic? Oh, DMs. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, telepathic. And
were you the one that was like threatening me? I get a lot of threats.
No. Okay. I said to you whether I told you that I have an argument I believe can prove an absolute morality, and when you said that'd be good, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So and just for people listening too, if you want to send me messages, I don't do like private debates. I'm not allowed to actually. Now it was like kind of a thing I didn't want to do before, but now through Bjorn, I'm not allowed to. If you want to debate me, you have to come up on the panel, and or I can do a private debate, but there is a $5,000 appearance fee per hour. So if you want to do like a 1 hour Zoom call with just you and me, I will do that, but it's $5,000. If you want Joel to come along, his is $5,000 as well. But if you want to do a package, it goes down to $9,000. So there's like a 2-person deal there. If you want to set that up, or if you want us to talk to your classroom or your school or something like that, that's perfectly fine too.
And you have to have the full Zoom license that you're allowed to do like an hour or more of a Zoom call, because we can't afford that. So you're the one.
If we do it like through Google or something, like, there's ways around that. If you're maxed out at your $9,000 and you don't want to spend any extra, they're like, we can help you.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we do weddings? That's a good question. I would be willing to officiate your wedding if you guys would like right now come up on the live. I'll just do it right now, but I don't want to have to go anywhere. Okay, Oracle, go for it. Take it away. Well, first tell us your age and religion.
I'm 42, and I guess I'm a Catholic. I guess you would say is my religion.
I'm also 42. You're the third 42-year-old we've had on the show. Can you believe that?
I'm March 12th is my birthday.
Oh, mine's in September, but I pretend to have one around March 13th.
Why?
Well, because people on the internet don't really remember your birthday, but when it's your birthday, they like send you a bunch of money. So you just do it twice. You split it up twice in the year. You do a half birthday and birthday. And be like, it's my birthday. And they're like, what is that? Has it been? I guess it is. And then they give you a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Just a tip out there for content creators: do a double birthday. You'll get a double cash. Like people will raid you and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, there's another 42-year-old. Okay, so you're going to prove, is it objective morality?
Yeah, I call it absolute morality, actually.
Okay. And just to catch you up where I'm at with this, because we talked to someone earlier about this, and my opinion of morality is that we know for sure there is subjective morality. Like, that's provable, right? Like, you and I probably have differing opinions on some moral stances, right? So we know that there is subjective morality. If there's also like true, perfect, better, objective morality that is a blanket over all things, I'm open-minded to it. I would like to know what it is and how we have access to it and how we know that it's true. So that's what you're here to prove.
Yeah, the reason I'm here to prove it is because I believe that my argument is also in line with science, psychology, and from that perspective, I believe that it's absolute and is why it cannot be refuted. But if you can refute it, I would like to hear it.
Someone just sent me a cash app for saying happy birthday. Thank you so much, Allison.
That was quick.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. That $6 is going to go towards a new chair that doesn't hurt my back like this one is right now. Thank you so much for that. That's hilarious. Okay, so go ahead. Take it away.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is there a specific age where the human body is ready for sexual intercourse?
Fucking gross question to start with.
I know it's going to be a little bit gross, so I hope that's okay.
I think that stage is different than age, and each people grows at different ages, yeah. Or we develop at different paces, yeah.
Is it fair to say that we know scientifically that at 5 days old, the human body is not ready for sexual intercourse?
Scientifically?
Yeah,
for intercourse? What do you mean by what do you mean by ready?
As in able to and
oh, then yeah, no, I mean possible? Like as far as possibility, like you could grape a fetus. They would have that possibility. Yeah. You can also like fuck a watermelon, right? So being ready to accept a dick doesn't like really make, like pretty much everything can.
Right. Yeah. So my argument says that because the human body is not ready for that, not even on a scientific level, that for that reason it's absolutely morally wrong, because all it does is unalives the infant, and also creates many psychological problems later down the line, which are all backed up by science.
Oh, okay. So if you performed oral on a baby, since it can do that, then that's okay in your view? Objectively?
No, that's wrong also. No, that's wrong because of consent. The inability to consent.
Oh, you're talking about consent. Okay, so when you say ready, they mean that they're able to consent.
Correct.
That's what I wasn't sure what you meant, because you just said they're able to like have a dick stuck in them, like, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that is a possibility that can happen. You can't like it's not good to do, but you can put a dick in it. You could put a dick in your smoke detector if you wanted to. It might make it quiet, you know.
Yeah, I want to say something to all your listeners too. The reason that it's hard is because sometimes hard things are necessary to make a point. The reason this is so hard.
We talk about this topic all the time.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Then tell them not be so sensitive in the comments. Then.
Like, it's just nice to have a Christian who is promoting an age of consent and believes in an age of consent. You know, sorry, my throat.
Oh. So yeah, my point.
Sorry, hold on one second. My friend is having a situation. Are you okay, John?
No, it's fine. It's just like something in my throat. Death Bro just left, so.
Oh yeah. Wow. So he found you and did the he like
Yeah, he's ruined my life.
Crushed
legally.
your throat.
He's he just legally ruined my life.
Legally and illegally. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, it sounds like you had a great time. I'm glad. Maybe get yourself some mouthwash or something and freshen up a little bit if you need to.
Yeah, I'll just take a drink of this water here.
Okay. Oracle. So, sorry, that oral is different than what we're talking about. But what you're saying is, when you say ready, you mean able to consent, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so I've talked about this before. Like,
I don't mean just able to consent. I also mean on a scientific perspective. At 5 days old,
I don't know if there's a scientific answer to the consent question. It seems philosophical.
No, not the consent question. Not the consent. I'm talking. I mentioned consent as one of the things, but the other thing is that the body is also not ready yet. As in, there's staring. There's all sorts of things that happen in a situation where an adult does something as horrible as that act, which it happens in real life.
So it sounds like you're measuring harm right now. You're saying that this objectively causes harm physically and emotionally to the human being. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my subjective opinion is that harm is bad. So yeah, I'm with you.
So my point is that if I can prove that it's absolutely morally wrong to do that to a child, then it's absolutely morally right by that definition should be able to exist too.
So you just to be clear, you're proving objective morality, but not through God. This isn't a religious point, right?
Well, it's not religious, but at the end of the day, I mean, my core belief is in something greater than myself, which represents good.
I mean, this is great. If you can prove objective morality, it happens outside of the God and outside of the Bible, then people will be more willing to let go of the Bible God and become atheists. Oh, great. Here's an objective science morality. We even more don't need the Bible than ever. So yeah, this is great. I'm all for this. Go ahead. And I also just want to say one other thing, because I've talked about this with like dogs. Like, can a dog live to be 100 years old? No, that's not possible. Do we know the oldest you can make a dog live? We don't know that. Like, you can give it the best food. You can like give it the best healthcare. You can like give it a robotic paw as it gets old. Like, maybe there's ways to extend its life, but we don't really know. Like, there's not a way for us to figure out the oldest, because we could get the oldest dog ever, and then someone could live a second longer or something like that. So that's why, like, I think about this thing you're talking about a lot, where it's like we don't know where the line stops and starts, but we do know at some extreme this thing happens, right? And in philosophy, I like to start with the really extreme things and then kind of narrow down until we're not sure. Well, it starts to get a little blurry, and then we set our boundaries around there.
Correct. So that's why my argument basically states that everybody would agree that the body that is not ready at 5 days old, that is a morally wrong thing to do, to then have or try to have sexual, that part with a, body that is 5 days old. So if you can,
but everyone agreeing are subjects.
You mean like humans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So it's subjective. Right.
Yeah. I think that if somebody doesn't agree with it, do you then think that his reasons are more valid than the scientific fact that the body is not ready yet at 5 days old?
I don't, because I'm on your side. I think it's also bad. That's my opinion as well. Yeah.
Correct. So I just think that.
But just because we agree doesn't mean it's objectively true.
True, but I believe that this is an example of God's love.
What?
Yeah. It's when we say that the love we have for the infant at 5 days old.
Flipped around that one.
Protects it.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. You just flipped me out. You flipped me the fuck out. I'm twisted up a little bit. You kind of tied me in a knot here. So the fact that most people agree fucking kids is bad is an example of God's love. does it say anywhere in the Bible not to fuck kids?
You know, I'm not a biblical person. You would need to ask a biblical person that question.
Let's see if is there anyone on the panel who like reads Bible?
I've read Bible. My name on this app is Joel Reads Bible.
Okay, Joel, does it say anywhere in the Bible that, God says don't fuck kids?
In my reading of the Bible, I have not seen anywhere where it says don't fuck kids.
Okay. So it seems like it's not coming from an objective godly source, but rather it's all of the humans just kind of subjectively coming to a similar conclusion. Right, Oracle?
Well, if you look at it like from that perspective, from what he's saying from the Bible and all that, then it changes a lot of things, doesn't it? I'm not looking at it from a biblical perspective. I'm looking at it from a scientific perspective. Scientifically, it is known that the body is not ready yet. And I can make it worse.
What's the scientific fact? What's the scientific fact you're referencing here?
It's different books that are referring to studies done on infants that went through trauma, sexual trauma. And I can get the sources if you want me to pull it up real quick.
Yeah, no, look, I know that happens, but you're saying that trauma is bad, right?
Yeah, and I'm saying that.
But how do we know trauma's bad?
Cause and effect.
I agree with you. I also think it's bad. You're doing consequentialism. You're doing the exact thing that we subjective moralists do. Moralists? Moralanists.
Moralanists. Yeah.
Moralanists. This is what we do. We look at it with our own eyes and our own subjective mind, and we like try to figure out hey, wait a minute. I don't like this. Why don't I like this? It seems harmful, and I don't feel like I like harm. Okay, so I think this is bad. And a lot of people agree with that, and a few people don't, but most people agree with that. Even if every single person agreed with it, like if you found a thing that every single person agreed this was a good moral thing to do, or like harm is bad or something like that, I don't think that's objective, because it's all coming from within our shared minds, right? Objective means it happens outside of a mind.
Correct. And to me,
science happens in the mind.
Correct. But to me, what happens outside of the mind is when you see that 5 days our body is not ready for that.
Yeah, so this is like, we're going around in circles here. So Oracle, you are telling us that there is objective truth to harm being caused, that like harm is objectively being caused to the body of the infant and psychologically to the infant. That's objective. We can agree on that. But whether or not that is morally wrong is an opinion based on that objective fact, right? So I agree with you. We should do harm reduction. We should not be harming children or anybody, right? That's my opinion, and that's the same opinion you hold. So if we can measure harm objectively, great, but we still have a subjective opinion of the morality of it.
Because like you're saying, there's science that shows like young infants who have been like sexually abused experience harm, right?
Correct. So
the people who did that abusing have a different opinion than us. Right?
Yes.
So we're seeing it's not 100%. So look, and I think they're wrong, but they think we're wrong.
I agree, but I would say that just because somebody does not accept something that is known to be true doesn't make it true. So just because somebody says, well, you know what, I don't believe that hurts anybody, so I go ahead and did it. And now you ended up doing it. And now when you're standing in front of the judge, you're standing in front of the medical people that examine this infant, what are you going to tell them? Are you going to use
these are all good subjective reasons to show that we shouldn't do that. I absolutely agree. I think like the other thing I'm really getting caught up with you is this thing of you keep saying ready. So can you remind me what you mean by ready?
Yeah, what I mean was like, okay, let's say that a person rapes a girl, but the girl is her body is developed to a certain point where the graping was clearly was not right, is wrong in every sense of the word. By the way, just so everybody knows where my stance is on it, I don't say that is a good thing to do in any form or way.
I'm not getting that impression from you. I know that this is a hard conversation to have, but yeah. So
it is.
Yeah, it's
all I'm
wrong.
saying is that if that happens in that case, the body, she didn't consent, but the body wasn't necessarily not ready for it. The body kind of was already developed enough.
What do you mean by ready? So this is what I'm trying to see. Like, they can't make a baby?
Well, ready meaning like, okay, this is what I mean with ready. If you compare the body of a 16 or 18-year-old versus a 5 days old, the 5 days old is not ready yet in the sense that it's not developed enough. It doesn't have
developed
nothing.
enough in what way? Like, it's not big enough?
Sexually.
It has sexual organs.
Yeah, but it's not developed for them. They're just sitting there.
And so how far developed does like sexual organ need to be ready? Like, what does that mean?
Well, according to the law, I mean, they say it's 18, isn't it?
The law, right? Yeah. So, but you know that's not like clear for everyone, right?
Correct.
So I don't understand why you're using this word ready. It's not a clear enough word. Like I liked when you mentioned consent. I do think that 5-day-olds can't consent. Like I think that's like very obvious, right?
Yeah. I guess. So
but can a 30-year-old consent?
The body of a 5-year-old with a 16 or 18 or 21.
Let's do 30. Whatever. Can a 30-year-old consent?
Yeah.
Okay, so its brain is developed enough that we can like say, okay, you're old enough now that you're consentable, right?
Okay, I know how to put it in a different way so it makes more sense. If a little a girl asks an adult for him to, do it with her or whatever, and he knows that she's only a certain age, she's not ready for it yet. That's what I mean. The body is not ready for that type of action.
Okay, but you keep saying the body's not ready. So how does that work in the terms of like if you like and sorry people, this is going to be nasty. So if a grown up, like a 50-year-old, performs oral on an infant, or like a 5-year-old, and says this is okay, the 5-year-old isn't like aware enough to know what's happening. They're kind of confused by it. They're hurt by it, and they don't know why. But their body can do that. Their body can receive that. So physically, their body's fine. It's all a mental thing. So now, what makes it bad now?
Well, because you're talking about oral. I didn't mention that. I said
I am, because you're saying there's an objective thing here. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. By the way,
I would say
I have reasons I think it's bad, but I'm curious of what yours are.
Well, I would think it would be bad in either case, whether you do it orally
you think means it's subjective. Show us the objective thing.
Oh, okay, I see. So you're saying if you just do the oral sex, why would that be wrong versus when you actually do the intercourse?
What's the objective truth about it? Yeah.
I'm sure that there's some psychological things there. I'm sure that there's bacteria that might be involved in your mouth and your teeth and all of that the body is not ready for yet. The body hasn't been exposed to bacteria like that. You mentioned oral
that's why it's bad?
Well, that's a reason why it's bad. It's also bad because it's still a kid and cannot consent. It's still
right. That's the thing, right? That's it right there. Stop saying not ready for it. It's the consent thing.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. What about people who, they grow up, they're older, but they have a bit of a like intellectual disability. So it's a little unclear if they can consent or not. And you both clean your mouths. Everyone has all the bacteria out of their mouth. Is it okay in your objective view for them to have intercourse?
Well, it depends on the person, no? It still depends on the person. The person would have to give consent for
it's like a subject to subject. It's going to be different each time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been a great display of objective truth that changes from person to person. Joel, did you have any other questions for this? Okay. Awesome, Oracle. Hey, hang in there. I'm thinking about ending the debates with "hang in there." What do you think about that?
It really does an upswing. Like it makes it a lot more lighthearted. You know, with a conversation like that, it's like, hey, hang in there, bud. You know, it's like
I don't know. Like the word "ready" just doesn't mean anything, but it feels gross. Like I hated it. Like it's like not ripe enough yet. It was just like, why are we doing this?
Some weird phrasing happened in there.
I agree with the guest. It's wrong to do all those things just for different reasons, and I think that he just didn't show an inkling of objectiveness at all. Blessed Thomas, welcome in. You're probably going to be our last guest of the day. I'm so glad to have you here. What would you like to chat about?
Yeah, yesterday?
No, today.
Even yesterday, I was the last guy, but we couldn't have a discussion because you said there are background noises. And again, I can't see where the mute button. I can't mute myself.
Okay, so you're saying that you have too many background noises, so you need me to mute you? Okay, I'll do that.
No, I say I.
Okay.
Way Schley sent out like 5 subs earlier, and I think missed the thank you so much, Schley, for those 5 subs.
I think we actually got to we hit the sub goal.
Yeah,
258 subs. Holy shit!
I don't know if you're interested, but there are some people that won bingo today.
Okay, let's see here. Let's read these bing bongos. Okay, got a couple bongo winners. Okay. We got Jammer, who won one bongo and won Sub Wars. Midstream bingo wins. Shannon, Kendall, Miko. Wait, we say Miko, right? Because it's like semicolon. Yeah, Miko. Now, once I said it out loud, I was like, wait, do I say Miko or Miko? It's weird when you only read people's names on the internet, right?
Yeah. Then I was like, have I always said it wrong? I've always been saying Miko.
Yeah.
I think so.
Anyways, Miko and Leslie will have more, but send them soon. Oh, we have more, but I'll send them soon. That's from Schley. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Congratulations, bingo winners.
What is it? Blessed be the moist. Oh, Blessed Thomas. Okay. To moist. I was like, why did someone say? I don't know who said that in chat, but that was funny. Blessed be the moist. That's fucking gross. Okay, Blessed Thomas, are you done with your background noise? It's still muted. Bit of confusion on what's going on with this person. Yeah, you're muted. Oh, he's in chat.
He said no noise. Let me hit that. Send him a request. I did it. I sent the request.
You got, okay. Invitation sent.
I can open mic. I can't close it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Is this Bjorn?
Yes.
Oh my God. Are we doing okay?
Have we been we've been living up to the contract?
I think we are slow. Like there's some delays.
Yeah, I did the ad.
Yeah, he said the whole thing. I didn't say yeah, das is good, but I didn't think that I
can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard, the bad Wi-Fi in Sweden.
Hold on. I think there's also a translate. I'm going
to maybe. But are you getting the... Okay,
how are things going? How is
Joe, do you see the...
Kan du höra mig? I do have my translator up.
Yeah.
We talked about the Lapland.
Yeah. So
Bjorn, can we get a shark cage in the studio?
Today.
Sorry, Bjorn, could we get a shark cage in the studio?
Oh yeah, let me translate shark cage here. Shark cage. Hajbur. Ja?
We can put the Hajbur over by the skank.
Yeah?
Can you ask Bridget if that's okay?
Ja eller nej?
Oh, we're not delaying anything, Bjorn. We can't do that. It's because you're in Sweden.
We can delay the shark cage bit a little bit. I mean, we have the Monday's episode's already coming out. We can probably do it next week or something. We don't have to do it immediately. I can hear your carousel music happening in the background. He always has this there's musical. It's like a music box where these horses go around the thing.
Yeah, and it's made out of wood.
You crank it kind of, and you listen.
Yeah,
and painted.
Yeah, and I think it was my network which was flowing maybe.
Okay, so is that a yes on the shark cage? Or
is it in the budget?
Yes or no?
We're still waiting to get the money, what the guy's going to charge us as a fee, the estimate. But he's beautiful, so it's going to get a lot of views. Bjorn?
I feel like this is maybe a no. I mean, maybe he's thinking about it, but
we got to be a little bit more respectful. Mr. Shing Johnson Plorgan?
How do you say please? Maybe I'll throw a please in there. He does this quiet treatment sometimes. Bihaga. Or maybe Bihaja? Let me see how you say it. Bihaga. Bihagya shark cage, yes?
Toblerone?
I don't think we're gonna get the shark cage.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll work on it.
We gotta do it in emails, Mezzo. We can't do it can't do it on the live. We never do well off the cuff. We have to send emails.
Well, okay, we'll send the email, and then he can fuck, now I left.
Oh god. Okay. Just remember to save your lives just in case we need to go solo again, because I was sending mine and then deleting them, and now I'm missing 18 lives.
Yeah. Were they good?
Yeah, every live I do is good.
Remove the traitor from office. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. I will do that.
You know what I'll do? I'll just block that account real quick, just because it was just over and over again. We love political statements and caps and all those things. We just don't do them more than once.
Yeah. Do it 4 max.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if people don't really respond to it the first time, a couple more times, but then stop.
So, I'm sorry that there's not a clear answer on this, everybody. We'll keep emailing with Bjorn. We'll see if we can get the funding for the shark cage. Maybe, I'd even consider, I don't want to hear this, but pitch in a few dollars myself for the shark cage, because I think that debate with that guy would be really, really good if we were safe.
Well, you know what we've been talking about, right? We have to go viral.
Oh,
we have to go viral. And just for everyone in the chat that supports us, we appreciate the support. We have a lot of things of iron in the fire.
Now, this is interesting. They're considering people saying that they would pitch in on a shark cage. Maybe we could do a fundraiser. Oh, here's Benny. Benny's good at fundraising.
Oh, some of there said that we should be on NPR.
Okay.
Hi, Benny.
Hey,
what's your age and religion?
I'm 37. I am currently atheist, but I am considering Christianity.
Open-minded.
Be open to it.
I've heard this great group of people called Sadakmax that they sound like my people.
They're okay.
You've got the non-resistant non-belief, and we love that.
I wanted to ask about this shark cage. Is the cage for sharks to keep the sharks in, or to keep the sharks out?
No. It's to keep. We would be in the shark cage, so that the Baha'i guy would be on the outside, and it just only needs to be big enough that he can't choke out Joel.
Oh, okay. So there's no sharks involved.
No, unless you count the Baha'i guy as a shark, which I kind of do because he's dangerous and beautiful.
I would also say that while we have the cage, we could like maybe do a little sharking, like, you know, if we're gonna buy it anyways, like afterwards.
But if we're keeping it, yes.
Oh, rental. That would actually be. Let's tell Bjorn it's a rental.
That was the other part I was coming up for. I don't know. See, because he's still in the chat. He's saying no delays. Maybe that is Bjorn though.
He's saying
Bjorn?
hurry up and get the delay on the shark cage.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
There we go. All right.
Okay. He has multiple accounts. He has other accounts and stuff. Okay.
I think that he just needed that cleared up, whether or not there's actually sharks involved.
Yeah, no sharks. We're not like filling the studio with water.
Well, you know what? I'm going to get on the horn with him. I'm going to get on the horn with him and with the shark cage guys. So.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, if you can get on the horn,
thank you so much.
I'll be in touch.
Wow, thank you so much, Benny. I appreciate that. Yeah, and then Bjorn hook up with Benny. We'll do the funding and the shipping and all the stuff, and then maybe we'll have that debate. Maybe.
I guess because he's been streaming you on the Deconstruction Junction YouTube. Now he's going to start getting on the horn for us.
Oh yeah, that's true. Are we on there today?
Yeah, we're on that horn.
Let me see how we're doing over. How do I look at YouTube?
At one point, I saw there's 38 people there. But that was earlier. We might be up
135.
There you go. Went up by a hundo. Pretty sweet.
So for everyone listening, we're going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for coming. And yeah, Barbie, it is on YouTube. She was saying in the maybe this was from 7 hours ago, but in Discord, it's on the Deconstruction Junction YouTube page. Sometimes Benny will stream this over there, which is great. So if you're watching on YouTube, hello. Joel, what do you think about maybe we talk to Bjorn and we try to get like the actual like public or like in-person debate with the Baha'i guy for like the season finale this year?
Oh, that's great. That's a great idea.
Because people are going to come out. Like there's a shark cage. We could like maybe do it in front of a live studio audience, although we'd have to make sure they were safe from him too. But you know what you do?
He's not going to go
if you
in
ever
that
see
cage.
him like go for the audience member, you just go like, "Oh, I want you to suck my dick. You're so hot." And
yeah.
And come for you. So you can kind of lure him.
I'll get a dildo and just like wag it out of the bars. Just wag
get
it.
That in the budget.
Yeah, just get me a what latex one that you can wag. That
Guess
has
what
a
the
little
Swedish
bit of,
word for dildo is?
dildo.
Can you hear that?
Is this a dildo?
Dildo.
Dildo. It's so quiet, but I can hear dildo.
Dildo.
Dildo. But yeah, if I can get a little, like, not that small, but a regular size latex dildo that I can like waggle out of the bars, and then he'll come running for it to rip
Waggle's
it off.
the best word.
And then
right verb.
Yeah. And then he'll stay away from the audience.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks everybody for coming here, and let's waggle our way on out of here. Let's see who's live. You just go rate whoever's on. I don't know if like normally we see the unapologetic folks are on, but I see G-Spot. And she has her...
Bjorn's in the chat. Bjorn's other account's in the chat. Thanks. Hi, Bjorn. We'll be in touch.
Whoa. Okay. I'll give him a call. Yeah, so we have G-Spot is on. Christians, where is your God when you sin? 21 up in chat. She's got her makeup on. That's always cool. So that's a good place to go. Let's see if there's anyone else that I recognize. That's it. Let's go to G-Spot. Everybody rate G-Spot.
Can I ask you a personal question real quick, though?
I would love that.
I'm going live tonight as well. I'm thinking around 6% Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
So that's just... I guess it was more of a statement. I guess it wasn't much of a question. It was more of a statement.
The answer is yes.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, we'll see you there, and there will be more bingo, more freaks, more dumplings, and we'll continue the party.
I love that. All right. Well, thank you, Joel. Everyone go check out Goal later. Fuck, I was doing so good this whole vibe. I called you Jewel and then Goal. What's that? Is that the angry dumpling?
I don't know. I was just getting mad. I'm going to go.
Cute. All right. Bye, Joel. Thank you so much. I'll do it for you. Beat me to it. All right, everyone. For the freaklings and dumpers out there, thank you so much for subscribing. We hit our sub goal. I thought that was going to happen in 2027. So I appreciate that very much. And I'll set a new goal. Thank you for the Cash App that came from etc. I appreciate you so much. And all other Cash Apps right now are going towards me getting a new chair that won't hurt my back so I can do this without being in pain and that I'm in right now. And then anything that goes over the cost of that chair, which I found a chair, it's $300. Anything that goes over that will go towards the Shark Cage Fund for our Bad Bible debates. Hopefully, if it all works out, will be like a season finale. This is exciting stuff. But that's still, many weeks away. So tomorrow there's going to be a new episode. This is episode 3 of the new season, and it's fantastic. It's a good episode. Wait, is this 3 or 4? It's 3 or 4. Really good episode, and then we're going to be filming or recording the next one next week. And we'll be here. Thank you everyone for being here. Go raid G Spot and have a really wonderful day this morning. Back on your grind, everybody. While you're raiding G-Spot, tell her I say hi. Mezzo raid, please. Got to be looking my best, cause there's money to make up so little time to get out of my head. Got to be looking my best, cause there's money to make up.